It was the year 2018. A new age for Starkid came. It was a sudden change of scene that would skyrocket their fame. Reactions grant a brand new perspective. Just as long as one is perceptive, yeah. Once again, we're here to analyze the same thing for our very eyes. The third time that this story's been viewed.
The guy who didn't like musicals.
Didn't like, didn't like, didn't like, didn't like,
what the heck?
Didn't like,
The guy who didn't like musicals.
Didn't like, didn't like, didn't like, what the
heck?
Did not like, Fast forward 5 years from then to the first time we came along. 'Twas a no-brainer to begin, and much more so to carry on. Now I've got a cruel diagnosis. We're overdue for apotheosis, yeah. So let's watch, be analytical, be fair, but also critical, and we'll try not to talk for too long.
The guy who didn't like musicals.
Didn't like, what the heck? Did not like,
The guy who didn't like musicals.
I didn't like, what the
heck?
Did not like, It's a new coat of paint, folks, that we must view. This is the bridge, folks, where we summarize what to do. May the laughter come to us, and insight too. There's a lot to judge. There's a lot to say, folks. The remount is upon us. Yay! What's the word?
She's a-comin'.
Who's a-comin'?
BB's a-comin'.
BB's coming? The
star of the show.
Now to resume operations, rounding off our trio sensation, yeah. She's been in the wings so patiently while we waited for A and C. I was it. So it's time. Here she is. Enter now.
The girl who didn't like musicals.
Yay! We did it. We did not rehearse that at all.
Yeah, I was just reading a script.
When's this gonna be on stage? Yeah, no. Next time they remount this, you know, we're in.
We're in. This is our audition. This is the.
There's definitely gonna come a day where like somebody from something that we watch ends up seeing us make complete fools out of ourselves, and that's their perception forever. Oh well. Anyways, thanks everyone for waiting so patiently. I probably trimmed out the beginning of this stream by the time that most people are watching this. But yeah, brava indeed. I'm so good, and everyone seems to be back. What I'm honestly not only am I glad that the fact that you stuck around like during the interim here, but also during the time that we haven't actually been doing many Starkid reactions at all. Mostly because as far as scheduling D&D goes, we've had at least like that one time that we're all around for that purpose rather than this. But you know, we're back now. We've honestly been, and I was waiting for this as part of an excuse to make a proper return because we did review Solve It Squad. It was a thing, but we're back here for, as I said in the song, the third time reviewing The Guy Who Did Like Musicals, because the second time was technically another production that is now privated. So much like my main channel, we've managed to enter the realms of archive reviews because now our video is the only way to watch that one, I think, which is, as people have pointed out, not the ideal way to consume it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you hyper edit these videos down and cut out the million pauses we do, and you're very careful if you're editing,
let's say
you could extrapolate it theoretically. We pause a lot though, so that's a lot of editing. That's gonna be like a 5-hour job, editing job there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bon, thank you, Bon, for your notes. They will be promptly disregarded.
Well, we'll try. I was just a tad late because life stuff.
Yes, life stuff that you definitely couldn't have told us about sooner prior to.
Well, I
Jacob
kind
himself
of
saying that he
know.
would take a second.
I kind of know roughly what's going on, so I was just like, I checked in, but I was like, yeah, no, I can see, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, probably could have. said
Life's
something sooner,
depressing right now. Anyways, enough about life. Let's talk about the time everyone died in Hatchetfield.
Yeah, let's go directly.
Which one?
From life to death. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a good point also. Which I guess is another thing that I'm wondering about this, because
if it's
because,
gonna be
of course,
canon, feel like I'm from a multiversal standpoint. If this is like a
well, yes, because you have to imagine that that's probably what's happening. Given that now we can talk about this, because last time we did like I don't know musicals, I was intensely being vague about like how much I knew about like the sillies, which we hadn't even named the sillies at that point, and all of that stuff. So I am wondering, because if this is part of like the multiverse or something, that suggests that Pokey's just trying the same thing again with a different pull to see if something changes. Which given that I actually, surprisingly enough, we did watch the trailer for this like ages ago when it first popped up, not on stream, but just in general. And yeah, that does seem to be like the perception of like, oh, we're doing this again, but with a budget this time. So it could be just a case of, again, with a budget, it could be the case of there's something else going on here. Or it could be both, and they just like address that off screen, much like the Hey Melissa scenario, which I've been promptly reminded of because I was listening to the original while we were waiting to begin. So yeah, I guess we'll find out in about 50 seconds actually, because that seems to be the time the time this is actually seems to still be processing. But anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, you guys remember when I compiled the entirety of season 3 of the Hatchetfield miniseries or whatever? That sure was peak, huh? No budget can outdo that. Well, that miracle of editing, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know what it looked like originally, but so yeah, I guess it's kind of difficult to know like how much was actually like done to to apply all of that. Which actually is a good thing because in editing,
but it really was quite a few sources.
You know, one thing I just thought about, you know how the Smoke Club was in this? I do wonder if they're going to have one of the girls be in there. Crap, who was like one of the main protagonists of Nerdy Prudes Must Die? The girl who's in love with, what's his name? Nerd.
Oh, right, Stephanie. You think Stephanie's going to be in the Smoke Club? I don't know if she was mentioned to be in the Smoke Club or not.
Yeah, actually. I don't know. I mean, she feels like she'd be in the Smoke Club. Probably.
I don't know. I feel like she'd be aware of the Smoke Club. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. That's another thing as well. I'm guessing there's going to be some, some extra cameos or something, kind of like similar to like the VHS Christmas Carol situation. Which also, now that I mentioned that, we did say that was going to be like a limited time video because Starkid themselves said that. I just checked on the Starkid channel. It's still up there. They never made it a limited release after all.
Well, they must have forgot. Let's hope let's hope they don't remember that part.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. Well, or maybe the limited release is just an entire year.
When it's honest.
Considering Mariah also plays Alice, who's being confronted by being in the Smoke Club, odds are Steph is not there. Steph is behind the scenes. they're gonna go back to puppetry. There's gonna have like Stephanie's costume on as a random puppet or something. Okay, all right. That's okay. That's converted. Yeah. All right. Let's bring this in here now. Here's the vid. Enter now.
Why is it called Remount, by the way? What does Remount mean?
I assume it's a theater term that I'm actually not entirely familiar with, actually. I think it's like they remounted like the entire set and everything, so I guess that's what they call it when they do like a remake versus, what would be said in cinemas. I think that's the idea. So, they made it. Hold on. Whoa! Before we begin, apparently they made it officially public last holiday season. Oh, okay. So went away for 9-ish months. Oh, so once again we were archived for some time. Okay.
Hey.
All right, but this one will hopefully not be for the archives because this is not the ideal way to watch this. But please stick around anyway. So
yeah, watch the original release, but also watch us. So do both.
Okay, to be fair,
I think everyone here in the chat has watched this already. We're the only ones that haven't so far.
To be fair, Bon, a remake and remaster are very much not synonyms. Those are like two entirely different things. I can't comment on the specifics about redo and reboot.
I would remasters. I tended to just consider pretty much the exact same script and pretty much everything. Pretty much Butterverse remakes for the most part. Those are closer to remasters than a full-on remake. A remake to me is like a top to bottom, tons of changes, etc. Like a lot more put into.
It's not really a to me situation. I mean, objectively speaking, remasters.
There are
just
definitions of these words. Yes, exactly.
And then I feel like reimagine would be a lot more change when you reimagine something. You change a lot more than just a little bit.
Yes, because it was a term that was coined, I believe, by Tim Burton in order to excuse further deviation from the source material. But we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about this. Let's go. Without further ado, on with the review.
Whoa, it's crazy. They have noise right at the start.
Oh no, they had noise at the start in the original. What they didn't have was
but this one it's high budget noise. I can hear the money.
That sounds like Mr. Krabs. Something Mr. Krabs would say very much. I can hear the money.
There was a whole episode where he did have talking cash, and he did not.
He did date her. He did date Plankton, who's dressed up as Talking Cash.
Don't forget requels, where they decanonize the sequels to do another new sequel. Oh yeah, that's right. I think the Terminator franchise has a few of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is often. That usually happens as like a last ditch effort whenever like franchises are in their dying breath. But yeah.
Or there's just a really bad. There was just a really bad sequel at one point. And they're like, no, I don't like these sequels. Let's ignore them. Let's ignore.
That is literally what I just said, Aiden. Like a really bad sequel in the case of an IP. Yes. Yeah, like Superman famously had this happen, where like 3 and 4 were not really all that great, and so they just
that's right. And then Superman Returns. Yeah.
Yep.
Great, we're already off track. I haven't even started the video yet. This is great.
Who will?
Here we go.
Twice, but yeah.
More we've got percussion this time. Or like audio percussion.
Greatest stories ever told. Have a hero who must be bold. They learn a sense of right and wrong. And better learn that sense through his song.
Is it just me, or is he like sliding his notes a bit more than before? I guess
bit.
One thing different already. Not bad or
Musicals
I don't know.
the impossible. They evoke the philosophical. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they still say that instead of philosophical. You know,
I was confused. I was like, what's that word? I don't know that word. I know a lot of big words.
It took me a couple of times watching this like originally before. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So tonight we're gonna chronicle a story so astronomical. The last remaining story to tell. The guy who didn't like musicals.
There we go.
What the fuck?
Okay, considering we just did this song, I can definitely say the tempo is different. That's why there's more of a slide.
Yeah, what the fuck? In the tiny town of Hatchetfield lived an awful prince named Paul.
There we go.
He spent his day surfing the web and not singing and dancing with a song.
Oh, I heard that new version.
Should we kill him?
Okay, first thing, I think they did better in the original, actually, because they all like came in like way better than way more into sync than they did here.
Lines after a cute little barista. Isn't that word? show-stopping fiesta, yeah.
But for some
Also, the percussion is helping you stay together. That's why it sounds better. Yeah, isn't it great when you have singers that know how to stay in time with music specifically? Isn't that right? Isn't it great to work with singers like that?
damn reason he won't join our singing season. What an ass! What a bitch! What a cock! The guy who didn't like musicals. He's the guy who didn't like musicals.
The legwork is way better now.
It's the end of the world, Paul. If you don't say
That's such bad coordination. I
This
can never.
is the bridge, Paul, where we globalize everything.
and the words will come to you. We swear
You know what? I'll
we
do
will
when he comes back
teach
in.
you what it means to love, what it means to obey. Paul. The apotheosis is upon us.
Oh, I guess they... Okay. We're going that route this time. Fine. I guess we technically did exactly the same thing, but sure.
Did you hear the word? What's the word? He's a comin'. Who's a comin'? Paul's a comin'. Paul's a comin'. The star of the show. Did you hear the word? What's the word? He's a comin'.
Oh, this is new. Okay.
Paul's a comin'. Paul's a comin'. The star of the show.
Also, yeah,
Now for his
What's that
headlining entrance.
Time to swoon at his leading menaces.
I think I said this in the second version that we watched, because they don't have that harmony in the original version that Starkid did, but they did have it in the other one there. Did Starkid watch the other production and be like, hey, we should do that? I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
His name is in the title.
Human train, right down to the sounds. Yeah, you're right.
He's destined to go viral. Here he is. His name is Paul. And tonight... Where the fuck is he?
Yes, Jeff and John, absolutely. John is around here. Yeah, he's definitely around.
The
He's
guy
definitely here.
just doesn't like musicals. Yeah. He's the guy who didn't like musicals. No, 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 no.
This is the Worm Walk next time. Oh, is it okay. I guess that makes sense, but hey, why not? Here we go.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Okay, other new harmonies. Okay, this is the part that I was wondering about, because I remember in the trailer they actually had an office space. So I was like, are they going to bring on props for this time? Is that part of the remount? Nope, it's still Starkid. Never mind.
No, they brought props. They did bring a chair.
they every black box like theater production ever. All the budget went to Cinderella's castle. I can understand.
There were a lot of puppets in that one.
God, imagine
Unfortunately,
this where they have props, except Paul is now a puppet.
But yeah, ironically enough, Paul is probably the last one to become a puppet in this production. So that would be, some sort of irony there.
You know, I think would be funny. I forget which silly actually infected the town. But it'd be funny if the silly was just like kind of bored and just got really into a musical kick. So they're like, I want to make a world of musical. I know. Go, meteorite, gonna affect this world.
Honestly, if I were an eldritch being, that would be on my bucket list too. Why the heck not? I wouldn't make a hive mind as a result of it, but
I think you guys are giving them a bit too much credit. I mean, I definitely think it's this in character to me, like, yeah, they're bored, but also we saw them, they're like actually toddlers.
Oh yeah.
They're not scheming nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. They're scheming.
I mean, I guess it depends like how much of the scheme from Black Friday was actual Wiggly and how much was Uncle Wily. That's a fair question, actually. Obviously, we'll just say what's his fault. But okay, bear in mind, we watched all of Nightmare Time, so you know it should be apparent anyway because also we've seen like the blue lighting already. But yeah, just a case that we're all a bit rusty.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
I was trying to print something. I think I might have sent it to your printer.
Oh, another thing is that the sound editing, which I never know if in Starkid Productions is just for the video in question or if it's for like the actual production itself. But either way, they've synced it up and they've added like way more than before. In the original, it's just like basically like office ambient sounds versus like what they're actually doing here, which seems to be synced up to their actual thingies. Bill and Charlotte have switched places. Oh, yeah, adaptation over. Show ruined. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that like taped to the back of your chair?
The weird thing is, I imagine they probably actually had a printer, but they probably just couldn't move it.
Well, they don't have tables. Where are they going to put it? The floor.
On the air, duh.
Just remember, you want to print from the HP LaserJet, not the HP inkjet.
Right. Sorry, Paul.
It's fine.
Is Charlotte in a trance right now?
She's as high as a kite.
Yeah, so speaking of high, how high is her monitor screen? Like, I know that I look up here sometimes because I've got like a double monitor set here that I watch like sometimes. But even then, I'm not doing this.
Hey, she has a triple monitor, and she didn't put it on the left or right.
There was no space, yeah.
Hey, Paul.
I guess I'd take a triple monitor.
Can I get those reports on my desk by the end of the day?
Yes, Mr. Davidson.
Great.
Mr. Davidson already feels very different. I think he's had whatever Charlotte's had. Charlotte yearns for Color Knight. Yeah, I guess Mr. Davidson has a bit more than what Charlotte has in that case. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Hi, Paul.
Boo!
Did you want to sign up for the
Boo!
company
Get
softball
out.
league?
No.
Oh. Well, it might be fun.
In case anyone doesn't remember why I despise Melissa, it's because of what someone said during the video that BB referenced already, the season 3 full-on edit that we reviewed. And that's because someone pointed out that apparently her plan from the Hey Melissa video was like what was already in operation, which sort of ruins the idea that she changed her mind about Paul when she found out about the dog, if you remember what that was all about. If she was just doing it from the beginning, that takes away all the impetus for like why her perspective of Paul changed as a result of what he said and what he did. If there's no point to that, why even have a reason? Why not just like get up indirectly or something? Whatever.
I mean, I'd play. What would she say? Softball. I don't know what sports.
Yes, but well, I mean, honestly, an office softball thing was like sounds interesting enough. If it weren't for that, you know what's all about this time. It'd be like, oh yeah, maybe I would have signed up for it. But well, I like my fingers where they are, so I guess it's good.
Yeah, but softball sounds fun. Softball part sounds fun at least.
Yeah, I'll look at a clipboard. It's got cats on a clipboard. Yeah, fair enough.
I don't want to though.
Okay.
I don't like that I recognize some of those cats too. That's kind of wild. Some of those are like some good old meme cats. One of
Which
them
makes
went,
a lot of sense for Starkid.
Well, Mr. Davidson would like those reports on his desk by the end of the day.
Will do.
Okay.
Yeah, and now it's even more obvious. So, okay,
oh God!
Get out of here! Get out of here, Melissa.
I'll join your softball team if
Susie,
you don't kidnap me.
No deal.
Nicole, this is Charlotte. How can I help you today? Oh, hi, Sam. How are things down at the
Oh, and now she looks down.
precinct? Oh,
Why are their line deliveries so awkward? That's also a fair question because again, if I remember, like I remember going back to the trailer from like years ago or something. It seemed like Paul knew that something was off because it was something was repeating itself. In the case of Mr. Davidson, I can see him being an awkward person. In the case of Melissa, we know what her deal is, unfortunately. So, yeah. In the case of Charlotte, she's had something, but it could all be other reasons, or it could be a case of everyone knows that something is wrong, and that whole thing I mentioned earlier is, whatever.
She had a piece of Harvey's brownies.
Well, Bon, if the whole thing about the original was that there wasn't any awkward deliveries, and the whole thing about this one is that now they have money.
And so the deliveries get more awkward as a result.
Yes.
Of money.
It's just like evolution. It's a give and take relationship.
Okay. Miss David's original accent for Charlotte. Honestly, I haven't heard her talk that much right now, but yeah, I can see why. You sound like an angel.
huh? Oh. How late? But sweetheart, it's cuddle night.
Oh.
What do you mean, so what? The counselor says we should do it at least once a month.
Yeah, like you can still tell it's like a little bit of it's still there. I think it's the same case of like, we talked about voice acting yesterday on the editing stream. And one thing that happens sometimes if you do a voice for long enough is that it morphs into something that's either like more comfortable or more familiar. And then, but it takes on a different form after so many years. Because it has been 7 years since the original Guiding Light musical. So I guess, if they've done this before, then yeah, something like this could happen, but not budget optimally, I hope, anyway.
Hey, that's the
Lauren, we
secret
gotta have
sauce
some
that Disney taught us.
Yes, but honey, we skipped last month. Well, don't you
That's
think I'm
so
tired too?
sad.
She sounds more insistent, a bit more assertive this time as well. Compared
Hey.
to before, where she was a complete pushover. Although I guess you did seek out Ted for herself, so she's clearly making decisions of some kind anyway.
Maybe tomorrow night then, huh?
I don't think it's a yes.
No, you're right. We should stick to the schedule. Next month it is.
You're not
Sam,
sticking to schedule already.
Be careful. And Sam, I love you. Sam?
Wow.
I remember that in the original one, that everyone went like, "Oh," or something when that happened. Now everyone's expecting it. They know what Sam's deal is. Yeah. No D-Chains are regular. Some things are simply different. 2 kegs. Well, yeah, it's kind of like when we watched like the other version of this, and like done by the other people, the privated one now. That yeah, that's always what's going to be like. It's like every piece of theater. Even if you go watch the same thing, 2 nights in a row, there's going to be something you liked in one versus the other because they, there's always like minor changes that get made over time. So yeah,
that reminds me, I can't see it, and I'm so upset about it. Okay, George R. R. Martin, they're doing a Game of Thrones play, about the years right before the original like book series and show, so it's during like Baratheon's big rebellion and all that. And right. I really hope they get a full release of it because I just can't see it. But from the sounds of it, they are doing a really cool like adaptation of the multiple viewpoints that they had in the books, which is also part of why the cinematography was so grand in the show. That was just how they had to adapt that. All right. And so they mentioned like specifically because of the stage type that they say in a weird way. They say like, depending on where you sit, you'll have a fresh viewpoint and like a new perspective of the action or whatever. Which the idea that like you can use a stage for something like that to portray different perspectives of like different scenes is so cool.
I can certainly see I can certainly see how they might go about doing that. How they might go about filming it. and make a version that would be accessible for someone else to see that can't see it.
Right.
As you mentioned now, I don't, but in a live moment, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Right. I just think that's such a cool little idea for a theater production. I don't know.
Did not like this one, unfortunately. I found Banner to be the best part of this new version. Everyone's singing is like 10 times better. It's not made me fall in love with it. It was their timing and deliveries that made them special to me. I found more often than not there was too much try-harding for the laugh and awkward delivery of lines that were once really iconic. A surprising take for Starkid, but we'll be on the lookout for those. Yeah, for me, like I don't know, musicals ranks within like my top 2 favorite musicals of all time. So yes, that was obviously down to a combination of everything that made it what it was and what it still is. But yeah, at the core of it, it's even like just like that, like the premise, the story, and just Paul himself, like everything about him. So as long as they got those things down, we're solid. But we'll see.
I mean, try hurting for a laugh isn't like new for Starkid though. Like maybe that's a hot take, but I mean, sometimes they have like really funny jokes, but I don't know. A lot of times their comedy isn't like my big like knee slapping comedy. It's not really.
They have been known to ham it up on many an occasion. I think Gun It Musicals was the first one where, because it was so much more grounded than everything else they had done up until that point, that they purposefully scaled it back so much more.
He's doing just fine. Counseling's working out real swell.
Oh, Charlotte, I'm sorry, you can't smoke in here.
Huh?
You...
Oh. I didn't even realize. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yes.
They're just trying to be subtle, but not,
All I'm saying is, if you're in a workplace and you want to drink, that is some of the dumbest way of doing. Like, just get a water bottle or something and just put alcohol in it.
Okay, I don't recommend
disguised
it.
thermos, yeah.
I don't recommend it, but if you are, yeah, you definitely gotta be more subtle.
Right? Like, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that there's really easy ways to do it, and almost always get away with it as long as you don't like show that you're drunk.
Giant thermostat.
Oh, it's the clock in the background. That was new.
I'm gonna go get some coffee from Beanie's. Anyone want to come?
Get
Bill?
a cup of poison coffee, a cup of toxic Joey.
That's me, plug for it. Yeah, that was me just now before the stream started, working on screenshots of Fallen Angels. This is also why I turn off Basecamp for editing streams.
I gotta keep refreshing this web page. I got Alice for one more night before she goes home to Clivesdale. Her mother, just to make me look small, took her all the way to New York to see Hamilton.
Ugh.
And
Do we
she
ever
loved
find
it.
out who her mother is? Like, do we actually know her mother's name or ever actually meet her mother in any projects?
I don't remember any mention of her in Nightmare Time or any appearance, so someone else who has seen Nightmare Time more than once will have to confirm that one, I think. But also, they kept Hamilton as the musical of choice, which suggests that they've either not did the timeline of it, or because I was wondering if they were going to like choose different musicals or something. I don't know. They're going to say a random other thing, like I don't know.
Go see Heather's the Musical. It's so
solid
good.
production of 6. I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Oh, 6 is also really good. I quite enjoy 6.
I mean,
while we meet her, she lives in awful Clivesdale. Well, so does Alice, technically. Some of the time.
Alice sometimes lives there.
Yeah.
So like Alice is like half awful and half not awful.
that would be the other half
Which is
if
sort
one
of
half
how,
is
yeah.
awful.
I'm on hot ticks right now. And the moment more become available, I'm getting 2 tickets for tonight. Because guess what? Paul is finally here at the old Starlight Theater in downtown Hatchetfield. The touring production of Mamma Mia!
Okay, so they kept the same musicals. Fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Just
Still
saying
love
though,
that.
Mamma Mia is an awful musical. I hate jukebox musicals. They're very poorly constructed, and they're awful. And I do not like Mamma Mia.
Yes, as a long-standing parody artist, yes, I'm also not I'm not super into jukebox musicals most of the time. As we've discovered, sometimes there are songs that fit a particular character or scenario surprisingly well to the point where there's no point making a parody of it, but most of the time that's not the case.
Yeah, or there's like one or two lyrics that doesn't exactly line up properly.
Which always takes me specifically out of it, yeah.
This is how you know this is the most unrealistic part of the musical. When a known musical shows up in your local small town.
That's my Moulin Rouge you're slandering. Moulin Rouge did a little bit of a better job because they don't use the full songs all the time. Some of the time they skip back and forth between them, and they pick and choose like the moments, especially like the scenes between Christian and Satine particularly. But that's not all the time. It really depends on
I haven't seen
the diegetic numbers completely make sense because they like use like an actual distraction or something. So Moulin Rouge gets away with it a bit more. There are ways around it, but it's still not a perfect execution. I don't think there really is one for jukebox. But yeah, the seeing live was finding out a great sense of seeing Mamma Mia live. I also found it funny. I also watched Mamma Mia live at one point. But yeah,
Mamma Mia.
Yeah, still exactly my favorite. Yeah,
just as much as Hamilton.
It's a musical. Hey, you want to tag along? Remember when you used to...
Moulin Rouge is perfect. Oh, look at that. We're all so happy then. Oh, guess what? Nothing. Nope. You know. Forgot. We need a sad ending. Anyway.
Babysitter, drive her to school.
Yeah.
She thinks you're cool. And maybe you can talk me up a bit. Let her know her old dad's pretty cool, too.
Uh-huh.
Bill, no.
He's trying a bit more of like he's got more of the cool dad swagger this time as well.
Sorry.
You got other plans?
And meanwhile, Paul is just Paul. So like I said before, we're on the right track.
No.
So you'd rather do nothing than come with us to see Mamma Mia?
Bill, I'd rather do anything than go see Mamma Mia.
I'd rather do nothing than see Mamma Mia. And I like musicals.
I don't despise it that much, but it's like, eh. Honestly, hot take, in terms of the movies of Mamma Mia, I prefer the second one.
Anyway. In a musical? That is my own personal hell.
Mamma Mia is just like Star Wars in that way, where the Empire Strikes Back exists.
Yeah, you know, I was talking about because I watched Netflix Avatar like season 2 all the way through with my brother yesterday, and I also referenced Star Wars there because he's also a big fan of The Mandalorian, so I mentioned like there's like a few structural things in terms of Star Wars here they're gonna see because he thought it was gonna end, you know, for those who know how book 2 of Avatar ends normally, he thought it was gonna be a much more positive outcome. It's like, well, remember the structure of Star Wars? Yeah, you might want to reserve that one.
Book 2 does not end happy. No.
I also knew for a fact that he did not remember the structure of Star Wars because one thing that I semi-envy about him is that he can watch something, forget about it, and then watch it again like it's the first time he's ever seen it before.
You know, after the stream, I need to talk to you about all the bad changes they made. I saw like over half the changes.
After this stream is probably going to be extremely late.
Don't worry. No, there's so many bad changes I want to talk to you about because there's so many.
Don't worry, you don't matter. You're staying up.
I also bear in mind I also just saw it, so chances are I have seen those changes, and I'm probably also actually referenced them with my brother before. But yeah,
connect with my teenage kid, and you're just gonna leave me hanging?
Yeah. Do you think Paul's gonna be able to connect to a teenager? Really?
Well, apparently Alice thinks that he's cool, so in a sense, he already has.
Sorry about that. But hey, I'll grab you something from Beanie's. My treat. What do you want?
I just want my daughter back.
Oh, that's sad.
Nice caramel frap. Nothing better. You going to Beanie's? Yeah.
Oh, that got the same reaction. So I guess it is a slightly different crowd. Yeah. Oh. Hi, Ted. Okay, fair enough. New enters can get behind that.
Oh, see,
didn't
I thought
invite
that
me.
was a
Sorry, Ted.
different angle. When I saw that at first, I thought like Ted rolled in and with his legs spread, just like ran, like he trapped Paul in between.
Oh, not that.
So let me get this straight. So Lauren directed the remount, and it features more of her husband rolling. Okay.
Do you want to come?
Nah. I don't want to show you up.
What do you mean?
Paul, come on. I know why you walked that extra block instead of just going to Starbucks across the street.
I don't want to give my money to some corporate chain that's just...
Oh, apparently it's another re-edition. Okay. We're going to have to look at the original script or something eventually.
I'm gonna take that money, put it in a bank, and go with the second letter.
We checked out the remount. Now we need to see the pre-mount.
Of course, yeah. And the digital ticket and every possible iteration ever. Yeah, of course.
Thing to do with that cute little barista over there?
By the way, one thing I like Paul's new ad-libs that he got in this time rather than being interrupted directly by Ted.
The latte hottie, as she's known throughout the land.
Did Ted always
Also
give
kind of
Jay
a new-
Schlatt vibes when he spoke?
Not really.
No.
Is this a new addition?
I think it's the chair, honestly. I think Ted plus chair equals Jay Schlatt, and also awkward tune for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I find the whole awkward pause there, like the long pause, is just like not it. I'm pretty sure that's a change from the original because I don't.
Oh
like
yes,
the
it
long
is.
pause.
Yeah.
The long pause is not it. I feel like they should.
Yeah,
have
he
really
gets
shortened
the latte hot day a bit quicker. Yeah.
Well, someone in chat said that they do interpret that as being what? Hang on here. They said it in chat.
I think Bon agrees with me.
Find it up here.
About
I think they really extended some of the pauses and awkwardness of this beginning interpretation.
By the way, if you're on the host account, you can put that on the screen if you found it.
I'm not.
It logged
so
me
it's
out,
up to you guys.
unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Darn
fair
it.
enough then.
Jacob, you
Yeah,
gotta
they
use your
said I
deity
think they really
powers.
extended some of the pauses and awkwardness of this beginning part because they really want to show the difference between the infection starts. That was my interpretation.
Well, according to the timeline-wise, the infection shouldn't have started yet, unless
Well,
it's once again.
this
what we
is
said
before.
like,
This is like before the
Did you guys
infection.
not?
Yeah, this is showing the awkwardness
Yeah,
before
correct.
the infection. That's what BB was saying. And then obviously
No, that's what
post.
Turnip is Crazy is saying, and
yeah.
they have nothing to do with any of what you guys are talking about.
Oh.
They said they think that they really extended some of the pauses and awkwardness of this beginning part because they really want to show a difference for when the infection starts.
Oh, I didn't hear like the second part of what you said. I got
No.
like the second part.
Yeah, it
Okay.
might have just cut me
Oh,
out.
and now I found the comment.
Oh,
finally.
yippee! Yeah, it did take.
Yeah,
you
the reason I
scrolling.
asked before, it's also once a comment's gone like up screen for a while, it takes it's that's it. I was like, okay, hopefully we're able to be on the host, but yeah, either way. I mean, I suppose, but also the original didn't need to hide that. In fact, there's absolutely a big contrast between when the infection starts and when it doesn't. Case in point, people don't sing beforehand. Why add an extra layer that's not needed? They pause and laugh, for sometimes there's little no laughter. Well, okay, I will say when you're acting live on stage, there is absolutely something you can actually react to in the moment where it's like, okay, if someone's not laughing at this, move on to the next bit. If a line gets like a bigger reaction than before than you were expecting, then leave it for a moment. That happened to me actually when I was playing Mr. Bumble in a school play actually of Oliver, and I didn't know any of my lines were really funny because like it was because like in rehearsals I didn't really get any laughs or anything, but for some reason like on the night everything that I said some people found to be utterly hilarious. I didn't change how I played the character, but I did change when I said my lines specifically so I could actually let them, have their moment. That's kind of like a reverse what they're doing here, but it's absolutely something you can do in the opposite way, even if you've rehearsed it with the pauses.
I'm having flashbacks to my middle school production of Legend of Sleepy Hollow, where we had an audience interaction bit and no one interacted.
Yeah, school plays aren't exactly ideal for audience interaction, unfortunately. But yeah, that is one thing that I will try and force as much as possible is some sort of audience connection.
Hey, give me a chai iced tea, huh? Huh?
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah. Can I get a grande caramel frap and a venti cup with 10 pumps of hazelnut, 3 shots of espresso, no caramel drizzle, and a whip on top, and a pistachio croissant?
The pistachio croissant is new because again I was just listening to this.
Sure, that'll be $5.50.
Jeez.
Oh, same price.
Hey.
Yeah.
I just tipped you.
You also didn't pay the actual amounts that you said. You just tipped first and then didn't actually exchange the proper. Anyway.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, hey, if you're
cheap
tipping before...
Well, it's not Starbucks, so that's why it's cheap, because it's, it's not as big like corporate brand.
Well,
if you're gonna make an order and then you tip before paying for the order, you didn't tip, you underpaid.
Unless unless you tip the exact amount, in which case why? But anyway.
But I mean, to be fair, a lot of smaller coffee shops technically would be slightly more expensive than Starbucks because Starbucks has a lot more of a monopoly on stuff.
All the pages start with all the silliest initials. I mean, I guess pistachio, we already said there, so that's Picotho, I suppose, but that implies we're going to get more pastries later.
Ooh.
Aiden, did you just say that smaller coffee shops would be more expensive than Starbucks? Because Starbucks has a monopoly.
Yes.
Have you never been to a shop?
I mean,
I can understand the perceived logic behind that, which is, if you have a corporate brand, you can afford to lower your prices because you're getting money from so many different sources. However,
why would they want to do that? What
normally happens instead is that your name recognition elevates the prices because you're perceived to be much more like, whatever, and therefore you charge.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I don't like coffee in general, though. I only buy milk.
But that's just how capitalism works to begin with, Aiden. If a brand owns, but like I don't know, that was just such a crazy thing because that's just not how the world has ever worked.
11 minutes, everyone. 11 minutes before we end up in one of these discussions.
Aren't you gonna sing? The sign says tip for a song.
Yeah, that's a new thing. The owner went to Cold Stone Creamery over the weekend and brought back.
And also possibly to a graphic designer. That's pretty well put together compared to
the whole singing thing. But, there's a line and...
Yes.
The camera sells this way better than before. Because I was like, okay, is there an actual line, like imaginary line or something in the original version? But nope. Reaction time, perfect. They gave them out at the live shows.
Oh, hell yeah.
Then. Add a cat clipboard to that, and you're sorted.
Well, and people are working, so I don't want to disturb anyone.
I don't care. I tipped you. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, I guess.
Well, did you do that?
Also, I guess he's not in much of a hurry right now if he's, waiting for his song for so long, and also can't even.
To be nice, or did you do it to be an asshole?
Fine.
Oh, she's got more of the rehearsed, the customer service smile this time and delivery.
Me at work being like, okay, sure.
Not sure if I'm in sure. Not sure if I'm in favor of that change for Emma specifically or not, because her being like so against like everything was sort of part of her charm originally. But I mean, it's still there. You can still tell that she's not happy, but she's less vocal about it. Or less obvious about it, which, I don't know.
I'll take it back then.
Oh, no! What am I going to do without that $1 I have to split with 5 other people?
You know what? I'm never coming back here again. That sign's bullshit.
Yeah, you didn't pay anyway.
Sign's bullshit!
bullshit!
Well, joke's on you. You didn't get your coffee. Ha ha.
Okay, there we go. There's the Emma more familiar with. Also, I just realized something. There's another Gun Musicals version that there is out there is a version of like there's a couple of scenes that they've like published of them rehearsing when Nick Lang took over as Emma during like the cup of roasted coffee song, and now Lauren has taken over as director from Nick Lang. You know what? Revenge time, I guess.
Emma, what's the deal over here?
Oh, also, okay. Oh, right. So, okay, so the pictures were on display. I thought you meant they'd be mentioned or something. But, all right, fair enough then. There it is. And it's, oh my gosh, yeah.
That guy flipped out on me for practically no reason.
She wouldn't sing for him.
Don't be a narc. Whatever your name is. I forget your name.
It's Peter.
Don't be a narc, Peter.
Oh, yeah, the first recast that makes complete and utter sense based on what we've seen before, yeah.
And I still have not received my hot chocolate.
Sorry, I'll get right on that.
Sorry, I'm sorry, sir. We'll get you a voucher.
Why does Bond saying it like that remind me of like Leroy Jenkins for some reason? Peter Spadkowski!
Oh, God.
Sure, okay, thank you.
I have very low blood sugar.
Emma, I already...
Yeah, Joe Richter definitely has like more humanity for Pete than Roy Mansell. I have very low blood sugar. I think they worked it out by that point. But yeah.
Twice.
It's embarrassing, Nora. I mean, Zoe's fine with the whole singing thing because she made...
So the special scene includes a Fudge Clydesdale mocha. That's okay. That's more surprising. I thought you were going to say there was like a page that was like Webby or something, but fair enough.
Majored in theater.
I think it's a really fun idea, Nora.
Why aren't you working?
Oh, I'm on vocal rest.
What?
I'm on vocal rest. God damn it, Emma, now I need to make a tea with honey, okay? Oh my god!
Okay, no, that's the first time I'm like, yeah, no, that's way too performative on purpose compared to before, where it's just like, you know, a casual line and then was like enunciated because you could, and then because that's like Emma one-upping her like much more easily compared to like the patronizing tone that Nora had here that was not needed in that situation, because it's like, you know, I don't know, it's a bit yes, I do know what you mean. I'm just obviously that's like the first like concrete example that I personally, you know, have.
I disagree. I think everything we saw beforehand is a decent example. I think I actually quite like this change, because I mean this one is like I think because before it's like she was slightly louder, but I think this one adds a certain flavor to it of like she's complaining about it, but then getting increasingly gravelly and louder and just really going as intense as possible while complaining about the thing that she's now gonna have to solve even more.
Oh, if you mean in terms of like it's like the aftermath, yes. I'm more like this specifically the I'm on vocal rest repetition, but the reaction certainly, yeah.
I'm more neutral on this change. I mean, it's like, it's like, okay, it's whatever.
My dog does often disagree.
We've run the full gambit. There you go.
Look,
I have become Julius, guys.
That's why there's three of us. Yeah.
Just do all the singing. I don't like it.
Oh, well, then you must not like having a job.
This bit for the opening song, the stars, it drags a bit. Well, if everything's slower, then yeah, that tracks.
Then, huh? In fact, don't bother.
Originally, it takes like 17 minutes before the infection starts. We're at 13 currently, so we're still But I guess that's one thing this will bear in mind.
Coming in for your next
I think there was one missed opportunity with the costume designs here. So you know how they have like a Beanies logo now? I think it would have been cool if they put the Beanies logo on the aprons and the like little hat. I think that would have been a cool minor change to the costumes.
Yeah, that's true. They got the money. Unless they do have those and we just can't see them from the camera.
They don't.
I'll do the singing, okay?
Yeah, you will. Now move your ass. You got a line.
Yep.
It's a line of one.
Okay, the fact that Paul walks up sells the fact that there was no line this time.
Feel?
Yeah, I got an easy one for you. Just a cup of black coffee.
Get your cup up. Get your black coffee.
No!
Billy, I've been.
That makes it so easy to do. Since we've got like 5 hours left. Okay.
Brewing up your coffee.
Oh, no. I don't need you to sing. I just tipped because, people should tip.
American indoctrination at its finest.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I would also argue that it's correct in America, is given that you don't get paid a fair wage, but
Well,
that's exactly right. It's something that Americans are beginning to do because of that. Yeah.
Because if I
not only Americans, there are other places too that have like a very huge tipping culture. Peru, for example.
Tips are great, but I also believe people should be paid, and tips should be actual tips and not just people paying for what the corporation doesn't want to pay for.
Correct, which is why I pointed this out before.
For it, it's not really a tip, right? It's just like I have another shitty paying job on top of my already shitty paying job. Cause like most of my tips are less than $1. So after the split, I'm making like not even 25 cents.
A penny a song.
So
Wait, yeah, of course you would be making 25 cents because 25
you make
times
20
5
cents.
is 125. So
You're
that would be
20 cents per $1 tip.
Yes, exactly.
less than a fucking jukebox. Except a jukebox doesn't also have to make coffee for all these assholes.
There is no one here.
Yeah, I think now they're kind of like over-emphasizing a bit.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a rule of thirds in comedy, but I think we already had the rule of thirds because it's like the line first of all, and then they did it again for like the line for the reaction with Guy in a Hurry, and then we had Paul at the end there. That's the rule of 3 right there. So now there's the fourth one. It feels like you're trying to oversell it.
I wanted to actually sell like beanies t-shirts. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Maybe you are. What'd you tip? Whoa, $5?
That means you get $1.
Right? Like I don't have to share this with anyone.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for you. I don't give a shit about them.
It's very sweet. God, I'm
See what I mean? Paul is still Paul.
so sick of Nora and Zoe.
I do think that is one of those more weird parts about like tipping culture. In all the places I've worked, thankfully we haven't had to split with anyone. Except for one, but we just always lied about how many tips we got. But it's always such a strange thing because in my experience, customers aren't really intending to tip a whole restaurant. They are very specifically tipping an individual.
Which is the point originally of a tip, yes.
No, I just think it's an odd one.
Yeah, so I can sort of see it from the perspective of you want that like some people get bigger tips than others, and you want to make sure that everyone like has like an equal bonus, but also but which is also very strange for America because that's basically a microform of communism. But ignoring that aspect, like, it's also because that defeats like the meritocracy of potentially better service equaling better tips, which is not always how it works.
Yeah, depends on the customer, to be fair.
Yeah, so I can see it from both perspectives, really. Like I was first like found it was really strange, like, oh, you have a split this much, like it's already like not that much at all. But then both of us like, I can sort of see it, but also apparently, Aiden, you've got a comment here saying that they indeed have merch. Yes, but is the beanies t-shirt part of said merch is the real question.
I assume for that comment that probably is, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's 10 years younger than me.
Which, if Emma is 30, that makes Zoe 20. Which, I mean, you're already a Starbucks, a beanies manager. Impressive.
She hired all her little theater friends, and they will not shut the fuck up about.
Oh, not going to sing that line this time. Oh, I guess because Although again, that was like part of the sarcasm behind it. I mean, I guess Lauren, you're the director, so I guess you know something I don't hear, but it feels like that was somewhat important.
Some crappy production of Godspell they did last summer.
Oh, that was the one at the rec center, right? I think I saw that. I did not like it.
Yeah, it sucked, right?
Yeah, they shouldn't call it Godspell, more like God Awful.
Yeah.
Godspell is definitely one of the worst musicals to introduce someone to a musical. Because I was in it once. Like it hams itself up immensely on purpose. And it has like a through line of like of Jesus telling like several different parables also hammed up. And it's just like, you know, if you're not in that particular mood for it, you're probably not going to vibe with what they're doing, which is already, if someone's on the fence about musicals, don't introduce the musicals via Godspell, work up to that one. Yeah.
God damn, that was bad.
Yeah.
I also miss it.
To be fair, I'm not really sure that there is like a unifying musical that really works as an introduction to a musical. I just don't think that exists.
Depends. Maybe like a more mainstream musical will probably be one of the better ways to introduce people.
I don't know. Honestly, an introduction musical that I would give people might be this, actually.
I don't know. When it comes to introduction musical, I also would like take in tone and stuff. Like you have like different tones. Like if someone's in like darker material, I would recommend Heathers. But if someone's not into like darker material, into lighter musicals, what's a lighter musical that people may that I don't like a lot. I don't know.
Twisted. Twisted is also another good option to start people off. Actually.
Yeah. If people's like really into older material like Beetlejuice, you know, there's Beetlejuice the musical. Any musical adaptation of any media they like.
I do know that I also
I just
YouTube to Starkid with Honey Musical Batman on purpose because I was trying to work up in terms of quality before we started doing these. But that would not have been my initial choice if I were to introduce you to Starkid in other ways, which is why we started with Guide Musicals.
Well, the thing is, I already liked musicals, so I enjoyed this, but I would not recommend this as a first musical for pretty much anyone, honestly. Like, I think it's a good musical. I also think it is unabashedly, like, cringe, and that's, like, part of the appeal. But I think
that's
you're trying to get someone
you can
into
say
a
that about, like,
musical.
every Starkid production, really.
Well, yeah, but you you literally just said that this would be your intro. I just disagree.
Oh no, I do stand by that. I can see why you know you'd be on the fence about that. But again, is there a musical that isn't cringe? When you compare to like the other stuff that is out there, there's not really that much of a good option, really.
I very much think so.
Show them a Disney musical. Disney.
Right, I would say. Well, see, and that's the thing. Disney, I would say, is one of those things that you would have to. Like, if you haven't already encountered as a child, then, like, you know, that's one of those things that just kind of exists already.
Yeah, which honestly is the case for any remake.
Maybe I was just something like The Wizard of Oz, but the problem with The Wizard of Oz, if we're judging it from a musical standpoint, is pretty much halfway through the movie, it stops becoming a musical. Like at a certain point, like, in the film, they just stop singing songs.
Well, and Wizard of Oz is one of those.
Yeah, Phantom again said I ignored this because we were talking about you know objects of dark materials. Phantom particularly was
Phantom's pretty dark.
Goes in the same area. So yes, it depends on the person. But when I mentioned Godspell, I meant I mentioned that was like a thing for like not thing for like anyone's first introduction, not like even if you do know a person's like actual preferences of other media, just because it is even compared to other musicals a lot on a first encounter, which is probably why they had it as an example here, because it's one of those where it is what people think of when they think of cringe musical.
Yeah, and I wouldn't suggest something like Wicked, because Wicked's too connected to The Wizard of Oz, and if you haven't seen The Wizard of Oz, Wicked's going to become a lot more confusing, especially Act 2 Wicked. People aren't going to understand like half the context there, because you kind of need at least background knowledge of The Wizard of Oz to somewhat understand Wicked Act 2.
That would be an interesting idea. I wonder if there's someone who's done a reaction to like a version of Wicked who hasn't read or seen The Wizard of Oz. Because that'd be an interesting thing to try at some point, actually.
Well, I think that's also part of it where it's like, I think the best way to introduce someone to a musical is that you would have to trick them into just, like, you don't, like, just don't mention that it's a musical. Like, it's just part of something.
Lie to them, yes.
Yeah, essentially.
That's
I mean,
another
not
option.
quite,
Okay.
not quite lie, but yeah, is you like, oh, you like Wizard of Oz? Okay. Like, you know, I think a lot of the things that would get them attached are things that they would have already known from a previously established property.
So Disney then.
Disney.
Yeah, but again, if they haven't already encountered Disney, I'd be baffled.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, you both ruined my segue from earlier, so we're just going to continue now.
People sing and dance makes me
You're
very
so welcome.
uncomfortable.
We're very good
Then
at that.
why do you come to the singing coffee
You
shop? You know, there's a Starbucks down the street.
Yeah, well, you know.
A Starbucks is also
some
more
things are worth
expensive.
it. Like,
as established earlier.
Damn good coffee.
I see you in here all the time.
That was a very huge sip for a just made coffee. Paul is very brave.
His throat's on fire. He's like,
it's not even.
I'm trying to be impressive to Emma right now. This is some good coffee.
You're
nice
funny, Aiden.
caramel frap, nothing better.
His throat isn't like having any pain at all. That's not the issue here. It's the roof of his mouth. The mouth will cool it down after a while. So by the time it gets throat, it's like nothing. But dear God.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He sipped it too quickly, so the mouth didn't have time to cool it down.
What's your name?
Right, but
I'm
Aiden
Paul.
said that
Hi, Paul.
his neck is on fire. Hence why I responded to Aiden, not you, because I don't disagree with you.
I'm Emma.
Excuse me, I have been waiting a very long while.
Sorry.
That guy's here.
Okay,
I've been waiting for what feels like 7 years for my hot chocolate.
Bye, Emma.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Emma.
She has a name. She's not just named the latte
Shoot, I
hot.
forgot Bill's caramel frap. Ah, fuck Bill.
Dang.
Again, more of a pause than before, but not.
Hi, can I talk to you about saving the... Hi, can I talk...
Apparently, Beanie's coffee isn't very hot. Okay.
That defeats the purpose of coffee, but
No, it
okay.
It super doesn't. Iced coffee is very common. He obviously didn't
Well,
get it because he would have had to have asked for it.
it. And I see cup for Joey.
To you about saving the
I mean, he
planet?
would have had to ask for it. Obviously, it wasn't hot. But
See, they
like,
know how to add things on aprons. They added it on this apron. All I'm saying.
Oh, hi.
Oh, here we go.
Not much. Hi, are you interested in saving the...
Oh, that was a little bit more of a reaction to before because it was like, hi, hey, and that was it.
planet?
Yes, I am, but I just got off work.
Oh, it'll only take a few minutes. It's for the planet.
Okay, yeah, but
I
I
just want to talk to you about how you can contribute to Greenpeace's efforts
I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you.
all around
I
the
just
world.
want to talk.
Oh,
Just wanna talk.
Greenpeace. You know what? I'm actually already signed up with you guys. I already give.
That's so generous.
Originally, I kind of thought about you know, the line about getting Bill's camera frap is that he couldn't be bothered to go back. but yeah, that does recontextualize it a little bit there, I suppose. Although if it were me, I'd be like, oh, I've got a perfect excuse to go back in. But then again,
I would not. I would
So then you-
absolutely react the way that Paul did. I would sit there, think about it, and be like, I don't want to waste their time more, and then awkwardly leave.
I don't want to waste their time more but at their job with no line. I don't. Okay.
You know all about
That
our
is
campaign to
absolutely
save the
correct. And if you've ever worked customer service, you would see that. They don't want to
Yeah,
do. They don't
yeah,
want to serve you. The worst part about customer service is the customer.
Well, I mean, in the case of Emma and Paul, it didn't seem like the customer was, you know, that bad for her, honestly.
In the emails, I've been reading all
No,
about it.
but that doesn't mean they want to do their job with them. They have so many other things to do than that.
In this case, not really.
campaign that
But
doesn't
they
exist,
probably
the one
do,
that I just
though.
made.
I'm sure they have a significantly long list of sheets of things to restock or clean. They probably have to go check on that one guy in his hot chocolate as well. Like, they have plenty of
If it
things.
weren't for the
That's how
fact there's such a
this
small
works.
coffee shop and there are 4 other employees there, I might agree with you there.
Yep.
I work at a fairly
get
small
some
place that
Greenpeace.
has a lot of people. This is just how restaurants work.
Do you?
I don't know.
Do you know how much of that money actually goes to the turtles?
Well, none of it. I just made that up.
That's right, none. It goes to line the pockets of some corporate bigwigs. I give my money.
Yeah, notice that they did that line, they delivered that more or less the same way as in the original, but no one laughed this time. I think it's because, again, everyone's so... This is probably the issue with, like, this remount. Everyone is so used to seeing the original version. They've watched it so many times that when they see this, the same thing again, what lands the most are like the changes like Ted's chair from earlier, for example. So that's probably why they're so keen on like changing all of their reactions to everything, especially the ones who are literally just played by the same people again. That's probably why.
Yeah, but the one issue with changes though is sometimes a change makes something worse.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm not saying that they landed on the correct execution. I'm just saying I get why they tried.
Need it. Oh, spare change for the
I do like her facial reaction though to Paul's response. I thought her nonverbal reaction was actually quite a nice touch.
Humanitarian.
And you know what? You come out a little strong with that whole save the planet bit, as if I'm going to do that single-handedly.
Well, you know what? I actually...
I can hear the rain. Oh, well, there's this.
What is that?
Oh, heavens to Betsy. There's some kind of terrible storm
Okay, now we're seeing the money a bit more. Now we're finally seeing it.
out there. Hope Sam's all right.
Fuck Sam. Come back to bed, all right?
All right.
I wonder if it would have been funny if he just all still came out in a civil chair.
But this has to be the last time.
Am I cultureless? Can someone in chat explain to me what it is he's wearing? I don't remember this in the original.
Oh, what? The mic pack?
Oh, is that what that is?
Pack. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Time was the last time.
I thought
You know, just saying, if you're gonna cheat on your husband, if anyone, why Ted? There are like what many other men.
What a great thumbnail this would actually make.
There are so many men in Hatchetfield that why Ted? I'm gonna be honest, Ted is the worst. He's annoying.
Yeah, but from the sounds of it, so is the husband. So it's probably just for fight.
Yeah, that's probably also probably somewhat true. But also from Ted's perspective, he is there. He knows Charlotte, and he's also morally corrupt enough to have an affair in the first place, or be part of one.
There's the door.
Oh, great.
That image.
The chair.
Oh, we're back to this again. One aspect I've missed from these streams.
On top of an already perfect day. So.
Also, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that pose definitely said sleazeball. Absolutely.
Oh, you need a ride in your shitty car? Yeah, I'd rather not crash and die. Thank you, though.
Great.
Excuse me.
Wow, she was being nice to you. Whatever.
But
that was a nice thing. You don't have to be mean to her. How dare you?
Junk in your trunk.
Ugh. You are such an asshole, Sam. That uniform is so fucking sexy. Hey, I got a little present for you. These two.
Are we sure that, this is the openness before the infection? Because these two are acting very similar to when they are infected.
Also, that's not even that's not even a police uniform. That's a biker uniform. There's a difference. You're not even trying.
that is true. I think the one place you actually do get away with using police uniforms is in theater. So yeah, that could have happened.
2 tickets to Mamma Mia.
No way.
How sexy.
By the way, the fact that it's raining right now reminds me of the fact that these tickets are getting very wet right now. You don't want to hold them up too much.
I never miss a musical at the Starlight. And if anyone thinks that makes me less of a man, they can talk to my fucking gun.
Yeah, definitely prefer the visual delivery on that one.
Holy hell, it's raining cats and dogs.
This is the part when I was watching the original was like, I wonder how they're going to upgrade this, because again, I'm thinking are they going to add more props? But yeah.
Are you sure you don't want me to pick you up? Okay. Yes,
Ooh,
I got a ticket for Deb, and afterwards
backing track.
Yep.
Go to your favorite restaurant, Red Lobster.
Oh, that's a very good point, actually. Now they're adding now they're actually now they've actually like got the tracks in this time because we didn't have them before. Another reason why they didn't need more awkwardness to sell the infection idea, because there was no music prior to this point. But yeah, now that we've actually seen visual, we can actually talk about all of the different like the soundtrack moments in this from before or after. That's one thing in Starkid Productions that I love to comment on is when they actually bring something in from like either later on or earlier in the same in the same musical. But in the case of Hatchetfield, because it's a shared universe, they go the extra mile like further like back and beyond. So actually, yeah, all these guys have their different like theme songs now, honestly, so they could probably do that very easily. I could definitely imagine if they remade Black Friday, for example, they'd have like Honey Queen playing as soon as you see like, you know, why am I blank on their name for some? I was looking like Emma, but it's like, no, it's not Emma. Matt Motif Dahan. Yeah.
Sir? Yeah.
Linda Monroe. Don't know why that took me so long.
I know Deb's a vegetarian. They got fish. Vegan, but it's Crab Fest. Alice, you're killing me.
Corey's the only person who's not trying to add out pauses for laughter. I think he knows the deal at this point.
Right, Dad. We'll meet you at the theater, okay?
Hey, Alice, take a hit.
I don't think
I think we're already already the Smoke Club has had a few too many in their lifetime. If that's your voice at 18 or whatever, yeah, you're done.
Hey, Toots, I just started up smoking. What's up?
That's right, I'm the old snitch.
Come on, Deb, it's not how it works. You're either in the smoke club or you're out.
Well, then maybe we're out. Come on, Alice. Those guys are assholes anyway.
Whoa. Looks like I'm through the clouds.
Good God! Alexa!
Okay. I have been ignoring every mention the chat has of Will Branner so far because I wanted to address in the moment when it actually happened and we actually saw him properly rather than just like in the intro. Even the audience that know the score at this point, they gotta cheer for him. On one hand, it's great that he's back because he said, you know, we actually even did to No Prudes Must Die that he really wanted to come back for something. It does mean that he's now forfeited his Abraxas equivalent position of new person for specific role. But I mean, out of everyone that has played Hitchens, yeah, I mean, it was either him or potentially Jeff Blim coming back again. But Jeff was already so involved in this it couldn't have worked. So yeah, I get it.
It's happening. Come on, you bastard. You don't think I'm ready for you? I've been waiting in the wings. The stage is set. It's showtime.
That gave
okay. I think that was Bob. Was that you in the audience there? Was that your squeal?
That gave specifically the Jim Carrey's Riddler.
It gave a bit of Jim Carrey's Grinch, actually. Just Jim Carrey in general.
Ooh, a TV.
This is Hatchetfield Morning News with Dan and Donna.
They said he wouldn't make it, that he had fallen from two...
Hey, look, Jim Carrey's not a bad comparison. Okay, maybe the Grinch is a bad comparison, but in general, not, you know.
The Grinch!
I think Jim Carrey's take on the Riddler was great.
The odd
Anyway. But this little guy beat the odds and captured our hearts. Now weighing in at...
That felt like a gulping fish.
Almost 10 ounces. Peanuts, the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel, has outgrown his adopted father's pocket.
Peanuts!
Luckily, proud Papa Ed has been squirreling away on his GoFundMe
Peanuts, the
page.
sole survivor of this musical.
And of a lot of stuff.
And every...
To build peanuts?
Yeah, he's the sole survivor of Hatchetfield.
Actually, my dad's recommended not to do that so the fluoride actually stays there for longer.
Wait, I have a theory. Peanuts is another silly, but we don't know that yet. It's not been revealed to the audience yet, but Peanuts is secretly a silly.
I mean, all the sillies so far have all been siblings, so yeah, maybe Peanuts is just like a distant cousin or something.
Very own. Get this, Dan.
Yeah, Peanuts and
It's like, Webby can handle their tantrums or whatever. I'm doing my own thing here. I'd believe that. There we go. Locked in.
That's amazing, Donna.
And something else has fallen to the ground here in Hatchetfield.
True.
This time from outer space. The meteor.
Okay, before we get to this point, actually mentioning Perky's Buds. You know, I said before I was thinking they might introduce like more cameos, similar to how they did with like VHS, their VHS Christmas carols. Yeah, that actually I was thinking that I don't remember how old Ziggy is actually, but depending on like what age they'd be in the actual in Guided musicals, they could have very easily been in the Smoke Club. That's what I mean. But yeah, like they might have something else. Well, they might not.
Ah. Sorry, I'm gonna go return that thing Dad bought.
Okay, this is new. I commented the sounds before. They're showing off a bit now, but sure. Did he put his bag down as well? Okay, never mind. I guess we'll never know.
Hey, guy. Hey, okay.
This move here, BB, 100% actually could do this one.
Hey, did you see that? Oh.
You could also do this one.
You gotta turn your camera on, or?
No, we're looking at it.
Oh, right, okay. Listen. The standstill and stare. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
not a bad.
Ziggy is roughly Deb's age, but I can see college freshman, to her high school senior. Okay, all right. I guess they just I guess they just graduated the Smoke Club after being a founding member for so long.
Guy, okay? I've given to charities in the past. I used to do the Relay for Life every year when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's a typical day.
Should have interrupted it way sooner, or like had Paul ad lib a bit longer before this happened.
What?
That's got me feeling in a beautiful way. No rhyme or reason, we can sing a duet.
One of the awkward parts about like even the original actually is that of course they have to sing out to the audience when they're trying to interact with other people. So it's like I'm being ignored right now.
Dance a style or two, or I'll make you a bet.
You know, I would kind of go along with singing if someone started doing this. I'd kind of go along with it. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I wouldn't know the lyrics, but I'd be okay with it if I knew the lyrics. If not, then. If not, be like, okay, find somebody else. I can do La-di-da-da day and that's it. But then, again, another fantastic pause frame right now. That's like, I think, camera quality aside, I think this is probably one of the big things that this version has over the original is just how many times you can pause it on the
I never realized how sharp Paul's nose was until now.
Fair enough.
I mean, that thing's a knife.
Well, it just got booped, so not too bad of a knife.
Sometimes I just want to shout atop of roof and mountaintop.
Again, tempo feels a little bit slower this time, which I always said was like it's better keeping time with it, but it's the same people. They kept in time before. Why change that?
Hey, it's rude.
Are they with Greenpeace too?
Like, does it feel like because of the slower tempo, the energy's a bit lower down or something? Like,
yeah,
oh look, it's Frank Price, also Ruth. Yeah. See, this is where I did want cameos. I did want cameos. You're correct.
Holy cameos, Batman.
Okay, now we're getting more complicated awkward.
So I throw my worries and my own skin away, doing what I want to on this la-di-da-da day.
La-di-da-da, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da day. La-di-da-da day.
Did they almost crab rave there for a second?
Yeah.
There's got to be an edit of that by now, right?
Potentially. Also, hi, Max.
What the fuck was that? Oh, spare change for the.
See, this is how you know that they're infected. Max would never be like this near to Ruth in general.
Sorry, I don't have anything. Hey, man. That's cool.
And then they left it too long again because he said the line too early.
I may not have a home, but that's way okay, because I prefer to roam the streets all day. The world is my house. Oh, the dogs are my food. Oh,
Okay,
look at
okay,
those clouds.
yeah.
Oh, and a new trash tattoo. I used to
Given that we know who the homeless guy is now, the O's actually make a lot more sense.
want to kill them all while high on bath salt zombie drugs while snacking on a dead man's face.
So I mentioned this in the original review, but I always wonder like why Joey like goes lower on the high on bath salt zombie drugs line, because there's not really much of a need because it's the same notes as the I just want to kill them all right before it. It was like, I don't know. Either way.
But that just feels like yesterday. A song takes all the pain away. My
Exactly the same for that part. Yeah.
politics and house views changed. Dancing on the concrete. Oh, used to hurt.
Actually, the politics and house views changed. Actually, yeah, again, given who the homeless man is, also still makes sense. Again, hi, Max. What is wrong with your furs?
A lot, but now I got new feet. And this jam's just way too hard. La-dee-da-da, la-dee-da-da, la-dee-da-da day.
Wait, who's the person with the bucket hat? Who's that
I've
character?
forgotten that one, actually.
La-dee-da-da,
Paul, just step to the right a little bit. What are you doing?
Excuse me. What's going on here? I'm very confused and concerned by all this.
Do you wanna save the planet?
There's the timing.
Of course you wanna save the planet.
Do you wanna save the planet?
There's just one way you can do it.
I think the original Caution of Save the Planet was also everyone beforehand before they gave it to Homeless Guy now, but alright. Miss Joe's Bucket has a future Easter egg, it's too specific. Ah, I see. So once again, you know, they're doing the thing of like, okay, there's something in the past, something in the future, yeah. Which, fair enough. Here I was at one point thinking they were done with Hatchetfield after after the Higgins special, and yeah, always been proven wrong. So yeah, why not?
Singing a song, singing aloud.
Ah, there's foreshadowing that movement. Okay. I was trying to force Yep.
So one thing I do wonder here, though, how come they didn't try to infect him in this moment? I mean, they have the numbers on him. He doesn't fully understand what's happening. Why
So
didn't
I was about
they
to
try
say that
infect
I
him
think it's
here?
interesting that throughout the musical they just get increasingly more dangerous, and they did this in the original too, honestly. And it's like, did they try to do this peacefully at first? Is that what this intention was?
I don't know.
I mean, they did have
silly-
Greenpeace. You know, Greenpeace go be the main focus. I think it's because like a lot of the time because essentially the thing that you need in order to be infected is a want. So eventually, so like at first, because a lot of people's like, you know, those wants and needs are like very present in their lives and they've been like at the forefront of their thoughts. They didn't need to use that much force, but then they came to someone like Paul after actively, you know, taking part in essentially a resistance that they started to use more drastic measures to try to, you know, get said resistance members on board.
Nice.
I was really playing with something there. That was fun.
You're gonna get better at
This
it.
one's got muscle.
You're gonna get better at it, I promise.
I appreciate the Max, muscle line, but okay. That's probably the most cheerful and positive thing that Max Jaegerman has ever said.
Yeah. I'm just saying, while he's brainwashed, it's kind of sad, but he's less hot now.
Oh no! What a distressing thing for someone to lose when brainwashed, their attractiveness.
It's so sad, like before, but now that he's all like happy and semi-calm, it's like, dang, I feel nothing for you now. Thanks.
So you like them edgy and mean, is what you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
He looks like he's on the verge of a panic attack. Like, oh god, what just happened?
Okay.
Like I said, Paul is still Paul. He's also 3 years younger. Oh, is that so? Because I was thinking, like, the last main story to tell being like, why? Yeah. Also, hold on. Why would Max be 3 years younger if this like concurrently with Renee Cruz Must Die? Because we have the line from Pete that ties them both together.
Yeah.
Why would Max be younger?
Yeah. I don't.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Class of 2021. A fair point, but also, again, Class of 2021, that show came out in 2023, used the same line from Pete, so that would suggest that this is still 2021 regardless, so I don't know.
I mean, they also
was this implying that Pete went back to Beanies and had the exact same experience as beforehand, and Emma and Paul introduced each other in the 3 years separately from each other? There's something that is not adding up.
But even if that's the case, Ruth, I think, would be in middle school if that's the case. Because I think she was like a junior or like sophomore in high school.
I'm going to guess no on account of after graduating she goes to like work for and like gets like the role at in Working Girls super quickly, but also because in general Starkid have an aversion to any main characters under the age of 18 for any reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. I mean,
then why were Emma and Paul talking like they just like before? Okay, yeah.
I feel like he's drawing this out a lot more here. Like, I feel like his initial like mildly panicked reaction, but I feel like he's drawing this out. Like you're freaking out for a minute. Like you can speed it up a little bit. Panic at work. Panic later.
Yeah. If Max is a freshman, then the fact he's already got his jacket is even more impressive.
How do you?
I guess the muscle paid off there.
Oh god.
It not the case because no one snuck off during the corridor quick change back to the stuff that they originally did. Okay. All right. That's sort of makes sense.
Hey,
but
hey,
it does like
okay.
it does like I think it's more like in this case if he's like hamming up too much or something. Maybe that's why, because again, like it's okay originally being like such a key catchphrase for him because it's such a normal thing to say. Sounding less and less normal defeats that purpose. But yeah, trying to sort them out is hard. Yeah, but isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Okay.
Although that being said, I have been in that situation where I have to like milk something for the sake of a quick change.
Okay.
Including the latest thing that I was actually in, actually.
Hey.
Where essentially had to do like, Freddie Mercury's like, else they just do like apparently for like live performances I didn't know about before until the director told me about it. And just trying to think of like different things until I was given the signal to leave. So like during rehearsals, I was there for like 2 minutes just doing different like or something like that. I don't know. Turned out the original cue was actually like way shorter than before because they managed to make it more efficient, but my goodness, yeah.
Well, that's also part of it where it's like he doesn't have to milk the OKs though. Like he could just milk anything.
Yeah.
Well, I get, but if not that, then what would be the question?
Literally anything.
I guess they could have added like more sound effects and done something else, like with the door that they added this time.
Well, they don't even have to do that. Paul just has to say stuff other than okay. It's not that hard. Like, if they're waiting for a costume change, just say stuff.
Does it take away from his physical reaction to say more than just okay, though? I'd say that it probably does a little bit.
I feel like if you know your character well enough, then no, you should know what he would say.
Well, what if what he would say is just simply okay and nothing else? If that's the answer.
I don't know. I just feel like that was drawn out. It's like Avatar season 2. There are changes for the sake of changes, and those changes make it worse.
I think if your character would only say okay that many times for that long, then maybe you're just unoriginal. I don't tell you. Like, I don't.
Of course, yes. Paul is unoriginal. Yes.
I get that Alice is 18.
But you, as the actor, would be unoriginal. Is what I'm saying.
A senior.
You know your character. You played this character multiple times in multiple versions across multiple years. You know what they would say. Surely they have one other line than okay.
Yeah, but again, if it were anyone other than Paul, I would say maybe they would have something else.
Life, but I only get my daughter for 1 week a month, and she wants to spend that whole time with her girlfriend, Deb. So I say, bring Deb along. We'll all go to the theater. And would you believe it? We get there, and the whole thing was exploded by a goddamn meteor. Mamma mia!
Okay, I think I figured out like what's the difference about Bill this time. He feels way less nerdy, for lack of a better word, this time.
Man, he's less of a nerdy prude. At least then he now must not die.
Well, we'll talk to Alice about that
later. I think what's interesting though is that I feel like this matches his character more from Nightmare Time,
which is probably why it stuck. Yeah.
Can you believe that, Charlotte? Charlotte.
Charlotte's on a lot of drugs.
You got enough coffee and the sugar?
Oh.
Honestly, it kind of is. Yeah. Tobacco, alcohol, caffeine. Yeah.
I didn't realize. Sorry. I'll make another pot.
If it weren't for the rule of threes, then I would have just like, yes, he's got to have like something else going on there. Just bring out a random bong for no reason. But
a giant bong. It can't be a small bong. It'd be a giant bong. Like just.
It would make it even funnier because her husband's a cop, but yeah.
Well, you're a riot.
Oh wait, no, that'd be even better. A giant bong with a name tag that says Sam on it.
Oh, I was about to say, well, how else do you think she gets away with it? But then I realized, dude, if he wants to get rid of his wife really easily, that'd be such an easy frame.
It would be if it weren't for the hypothetical name tag I just invented.
Okay.
Oh, he's still going. All right.
Okay.
I would have said he should have stopped now.
Okay. Hey guys. Is today some kind of, I don't know, a Canadian holiday or something, like a International Music Day?
Are we in
Not that I
Canada?
know of.
I was gonna say, are we in Canada? I was like, no, Canada.
Also, okay, so wait, so Ted is drinking potentially coffee right now. That means he either went to the Starbucks down the street, or he indeed has already gone to see the latte latte, the real one.
Oh God!
I just saw this group of people singing and dancing like they were in a musical. There was this homeless guy and this very rude woman from Greenpeace doing this whole choreographed number, like a flash mob. Yeah. I mean, what else could it have been, right?
Well, did you get a video of it?
No.
Don't worry, Ted. You'll figure it out eventually.
You're fucking useless, Paul.
I just have a bad feeling about all this.
I feel like that feels a lot toned down compared to the original one, like original line he said there. Feels a lot more toned down.
Actually, the original was also toned down this time.
Noticed anything strange?
Me? Oh, no. It's nothing. It's just, my husband, Sam.
He said he loved me, and he said he wanted to cuddle. That's unlike him.
Came home late.
He was gonna
to the schedule, but he went off book this time.
Last night.
Ha! He didn't come home at all.
Okay, that's still got a laugh from everyone.
That love.
I heard.
She's got to
Actually,
him.
this time Charlotte's reaction is way
I wasn't
better.
there.
He must have rolled in around 6 this morning. He was in the shower when I woke up.
And time to talk about the soundtrack again, because it's very faint this time. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit, actually. But this is something they also did in the original, like this particular music.
Oh, I could hear him. He was singing. And I know...
Even then, the tempo is still, once again, not as fast as before. But yeah, I'm not going to torment BB by making her guess this time because, you know, it's
I can't even hear
it's been a long time.
it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, I'll turn up a little bit more anyway so people can actually hear it.
Oh,
But,
this is a strange thing to realize because, well, Sam's not a bad singer. He's just always been a little flat.
yeah, there's less of a southern twang to it, yes. But the music in the background particularly is just let it out, let it out, let it out. That one.
But not this morning.
From Act 2.
Today, he sounded like an angel. And I don't know why, but it frightened me. It just...
And Let It Out, of course, being the song that, like, you know, finally ends up, you know, claiming Paul in a certain way, or like just, or being like the final showdown where they get the most aggressive and therefore would incite the most fear.
Didn't sound like my
Hey, by the way, I know some people were like arguing about like whether or not this was even like good to have like her accent change or whatever, like right at the start of the stream. Look, regardless of where you put her accent, I think Charlotte's acting is the best out of the entire fucking musical so far.
Potentially. Yeah, the Paul has had a few like awkward moments, but if it weren't for those, I would put him on the same level. But yeah,
I must sound silly. I'm probably just imagining things.
Charlotte? Do you remember?
I hope that Jamie Lynn Beatty didn't go too into character to get this performance out.
What Sam was singing?
It was just a silly little song. Something like la dee
Da
da
day.
Paul? Mr. Davidson would like to see you in his office.
Oh, shoot! I forgot to turn in my weekly reports yesterday. I'm gonna get it.
This is probably also the worst reality for Melissa because she would just be self-confessing all the time in song.
Hey, Mr. Davidson. I think I know why you called me in here today. My weekly reports were not turned in yesterday. Not because they aren't done. They are done. There's a problem with the printer network, you see. You print something out here, it gets sent over there. I bet my report...
Also, I had my reports and I dropped my bag before I went out of my house and didn't pick it up again.
They're sitting in somebody else's printer tray right now. If you give me until the end of the day, I can find it.
Okay.
Not do it. I wouldn't just not do my statistical analysis.
This is great shoot,
that would really gum things up here in the office, and well, that's the last thing I want.
What do you want, Paul?
Excuse me?
Tell me what you desire to see. Your deepest intent, Paul.
Okay,
I know
so
that,
this is kind of like what I was with Cinderella's Castle. I don't know if they even did this in the original. It's been a long time, as we previously established. But in Cinderella's Castle, I praise the fact that for some of the songs, they let some of the songs falter in order to give way to emotional vulnerability. And I thought that was a net positive. So in a similar vein here, where it's like, hey, you know, this is a really good song right off the bat. Why didn't we accentuate the do? Like, we're still speaking, though, even though it's a song. Like, why, like, what do you want, Paul? Like, I just, like, I don't know.
I was with you until the end there. But I will say, if you want emotional vulnerability and songs that paused at that time, the original version of this one is definitely where you want to go. Compared to the second version that we watched, where they swap out a certain line for a BBL.
Oh God, I forgot about
for
that.
This company? I'm looking.
As far as that, actually, also this also the key that he's singing right now is also lower than before, probably to sound a bit more conversational. One of the critiques of Black Friday, particularly, is that everyone was pushing themselves, and all the songs were like in the highest points of everyone's registers, and that was like, and that meant they were pushing themselves like all the time, basically, and they didn't need to be. Here it wasn't as much of a problem, but I can see also the advantage of, again, they're building up to something.
For someone with strong ambition.
And they also love the sword chairs now. That's the video. That's why I'm here.
Someone to sell their specific vision. Someone to share with precise precision their thoughts. 'Cause I want you to want. So tell.
It could also be because they're saving like the high notes for the second verse, which I would also understand.
Tell me, Paul, what do you want?
He's really showing off his shoes. Is that the biggest? That's the most important part of Mr. Davidson's character is his shoes. Okay.
What's that one concrete goal that motivates all of your action?
You know what they say about people with big feet.
I mean, sure, that is they do say that about people with big feet, but also I was trying to the shoe specifically, not the size of his feet.
Those? Then how's anyone supposed to sympathize with you, Paul? I don't know. I want what anybody wants.
You must be original, Paul. You can't just say okay, Paul.
Money, a house, kids, maybe.
This is also why he interrupted like way sooner. Issues with the slower tempo.
I want you to want Paul. A man so vague.
You know what? That's actually something I've noticed about like a lot of Starkid musicals is that there will always be like one thing specific. Well, not always one thing. But there's in a lot of them there's one thing specifically that I consistently see that is clearly a stylistic choice that in my opinion does not work too well. In None Prudes Must Die, it was the fact that like every single song changed tempos halfway through, particularly for the chorus, and after a while that got stale. In Honey Musical Batman, it was the fact that no songs ended when they were supposed to, and they kept on going incessantly. And in this one, it might be just the tempo in general has been slowed down to a point where everything feels more awkward as a result, even after the infection has indeed started.
Can't be trusted. Something you pine for, Mr. Davidson. Maybe someone who keeps you lusted.
And of course, you got to keep that part because, how many curves does the person have?
I'm just the boss. I'm not an idea guy. I hire you Pauls to keep our stock high. But if you can't pin that point that's in the sky, then I need you to want.
Yep, as I thought, he's going to go higher, yeah.
Do you know what I want for myself? No. I've waited for so long to tell somebody else. Carol, my wife.
Oh, we actually have a picture this time. And I'm sure that someone knows who that person is in the frame, but I do not.
You're my muse, my source of light.
It would also have been really funny if they just had like Jeff with longer hair in there, like before we cut it. That would be
Carol, my love. I want you to choke me out at night.
There it is.
I want you to choke me.
See how terrified Paul is. Yep, okay, you know what? Another pause frame right here. Another thumbnail moment. So many of these.
I want you to choke me. I want you to choke me while I jerk off. I want you to choke.
See, even though the audience has heard that one, they want it. Yeah.
Well, I jerk off. Melissa, get my wife on the phone for me.
Mr. Davidson, I think I should leave.
No, Paul, I want you to hear this. If you leave, you are fired.
Oh, okay. I was like, I wasn't sold on the idea first, but no, now I am. little bit of slapstick. Why not?
Carol, hi, yes. Oh, everything's fine, I promise. I just wanted to tell you something.
If I were Paul, I would probably just unravel the cord slowly as he's doing this call. But all right then. So, you were mentioning songs that falter for emotional vulnerability. Well, behold.
Forgot what it was.
We know. Well, I guess in the original it wasn't. It could have been interpreted either way, but yeah, it was always this.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll remember.
Someday. Goodbye.
Paul, now you know.
Yep, and that's why you should have unraveled, Paul. Yep, that's on you.
Oh, what it is to want. I want to go home.
I know that. I know that there are certain chaperones that I've that I've worked with for theater stuff that would be fainting in the corner. See that if that was so much as pitched to them. So whoever signed off on that one, they're they're a cool person.
Soon's a man with a passion to drive the primary plot. So take up yoga or improv classes, volunteer at shelter.
Have I mentioned in some time that Jeff is my favorite Starkid member? It's been a while since I watched Starkid in general, so I'm just refreshing that for people.
Or Twitch to the masses. That's gotta be
Nick Lang being a close second.
Something that'll keep my hands off you, off you.
You know what? Wait, I know there's one thing to keep your hands off him. HR.
Yeah, I don't know. HR might already be infected. But yeah.
Mr. Davidson, I'm gonna get some coffee. You want anything? No, I need you to want. Have a nice caramel frap, nothing better. And if you don't want, we're through. Paul? Paul?
Okay, I was going to mention this earlier, but then I forgot because we made a separate point. Another example of because Bob mentioned earlier that Jeff not relying on not using his falsetto too much is the benefit this time, because originally it was just it was a bigger contrast than that, which I guess also probably is a benefit of reducing the key because all right then.
Okay. Get a grip, Paul. This is
Yep, see, that was enough. That was the right amount of okays.
What's happening? You're hallucinating. Better yet, you're still dreaming. You need to wake up. You need some coffee. That's it. Just a good old cup of black coffee. Nothing in it, no cream, no sugar, just a cup of black coffee. That's what you're gonna have.
He sounds like he's a 1930s salesperson, but aside from that, let's go. Let's go, the scene. Oh, yep, sure. Not too much of a panic. All right, then.
Hello?
Yeah, no, the build-up to this was way better before.
Hello? Please, God, I just want a black coffee.
I've said this before, but Bob particularly knows this. There are certain lines that I recorded for Secrets of the Plex for the finale where both times I had to redo them because my mic was bad in one of them. And both times I had the same reference because basically I was like, hello, somebody out there? And I went, hello, please, I want a black coffee. Both times.
Black coffee, I'm your coffee gal.
No. That's why the freak out doesn't stand. But I think it's because he fixed his hair before, so he was already in a cooler attitude, so he couldn't escalate as much.
I feel like the no was less loud and no.
It was, yeah, because he was already much more distressed because he doesn't fix his hair, so he just goes straight in with the same intensity after just leaving the Davidson's those rooms, so you don't need to build up to it again. That's one thing. That's one thing with acting is that there's this exercises around how to build like your intensity effectively or not.
On you too, Emma, please, God, stop singing.
Okay, I'll stop. I didn't forget. You're the guy who doesn't like musicals.
Oh, also, Rudolph is playing Rudolph, who's in the background and actually in Beanies now. His Hokon character at the end of Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Great.
It's Paul, right?
Does John's vocal technique glow up? If he's had a glow up in his vocal technique, why would he not be able to recreate something like that?
Yeah.
Emma, you're talking to me.
You know, part of this, I'm going to compare this to, this feels like a Disney live-action remake in some regards, because, like, if you compare it to some of the original and Disney movies, like, the original Disney movies, throughout their scenes and moments, feel a lot more magical, and, like, there's a lot more stuff with them, and then you just have, like, this very superficial, toned-down version of live-action remakes that's like, wow, look at this. Isn't this also just what you remember? Isn't it nice? It's like, it feels less nice, but okay.
It's weird enough the stuff that they add makes it feel that way. But I laugh so much because you said, like, you know, it's basically like a live action remake of an already live action thing.
Yeah.
How long before Disney does those?
Normal
person. Oh god.
Yeah, and if
we're gonna get like the 2015 Cinderella movie just to get a live action, no, a remake of that.
I mean, there was a 101 Dalmatians movie in 1994. That was like one of their first actual live action remakes. So
they're gonna remake it. They're gonna remake it with the same person who played Cruella in the Cruella movie.
But potentially, because and with updated CGI, because in the 90s, the best method for, like, you know, having like live action animals was training animals and hoping for the best.
Boss catches me, I'll get canned. Oh, new company policy. Not only do we have to sing when people tip, but when they enter, when they order, all the time, apparently.
I think
yeah,
there's something terribly wrong with the world today.
Yeah, fucking tell me about it. I spent the whole morning learning some dumb-ass new tip song.
You know, I also actually think that part of what's distracting this scene is the camera, surprisingly.
Yeah.
The cuts we had from before between Paul and Emma helped with not having to see both of their reactions at the same time and confuse and muddle things up a little bit.
Exhausted.
You're not supposed to go behind the camera, behind the counter. You're not supposed to do that.
I feel like there's something sinister infecting Hatchetfield.
Why? I'm trying to tell like what this music is. I don't know. It's not Let It Out, because we had that one already.
Maybe it's original.
Is it not Your Seed?
And I know this is gonna sound crazy.
I'm playing Solomon right now, which is a missed opportunity. Yeah.
And not very scary, but it is scary if you think about the implications. Promise me you'll think about the implications.
Okay, I promise.
Okay, Emma. I think the world is becoming a musical.
Why did you say it like that?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like
I'm trying to use humor to express the urgency of a line to the one person that might understand.
Let it sink in.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, are you frightened?
Yeah.
Again, another thing. There's like, what kind of vocal technique glow bit that makes you so you can't go, "Are you frightened?"
I think I am starting to get a little frightened.
I do prefer his "Are you frightened" in this one. But...
I think it goes back to like what lines work if you hand them up versus like what ones don't, because that's every Starkid thing. So yeah, from what you said earlier, can get that.
Okay. We talked about like before how like these musicals are kind of cheesy. I feel like this one is going for, in some regards, a more grounded approach. Like, it feels a lot more grounded, I think, and some line deliveries are like toned down a lot. And I feel like that's taking away from a lot of the lines and moments. Especially a moment.
Also, the original the Guided Musicals was toned down.
Okay,
a
well,
lot compared to every other Starkid.
Well, it's toned down compared to the original, if that makes any sense. Like, they took the originals, like, kind of zany, but, like, relatively mellow, kind of toned down to a lot more toned down. And I kind of get, like, I get changing things because you want to be different and trying something new. But also, the things you are trying aren't working as well here. They are not working.
I guess since you mentioned that actually, given the timing of when these two came out, probably also played a factor into it. Similarly to Aphmau's issue in terms of trying to pivot from the server content back into her more serious role plays. But I think it's partly because, like, yeah, Guided Musicals first time came out like after what I used to call middle era Starkid, which was they're much like either broader parodies or full-on originals, but like still with like but with just a more polished and perfected style of their original like parody format and better production value. And then pivoting into this one where Hatchetfield definitely takes itself like much more seriously in comparison, but still has those elements of comedy that people have come to know from Starkid. It was like a bridge between those two things. Now that we are so far into Hatchetfield, perhaps because Guided Musicals was apparently the one that was meant to be the third story, you know, the last remaining story to tell, and we're adding in so much again from what it was meant to be originally. Maybe that's why that's part of like what's making them go even further than they did before in terms of grounding it. That's probably why.
Even further beyond.
Indeed. Or even further back in this case, but yes. nice Dragon Ball reference for the Butter Bunch.
By the way, speaking of Dragon Ball, My Adventures with Superman, the show I told you about, is partially inspired off Dragon Ball. There's a lot of Dragon Ball parallels. And
oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of like Goku. Well, Goku himself was fairly inspired by Superman, depending on certain.
But like My Adventures with Superman, like when we get to season 2, Supergirl's like casual civilian outfit is inspired off, I think, Android 7 or Android 8. It's one of those androids.
It's definitely not Android 8. I think you mean Android 18. Android 8
was like Android 18. It was like inspired off Android 18 in season 2, like her civilian / casual outfits.
Okay. Which I guess makes sense. They are both blonde, so yeah.
There are other stuff like transformations and stuff. There's other like references in season 3's.
It makes sense.
Like,
they are both blonde. Yeah.
Is referencing.
You know what?
There. So recommend checking it out.
I'm more intrigued now.
Best tip song.
Well, again, like you mentioned this before because we talked about this. I don't have the correct streaming service to get that list right now. I have to debate whether or not I want to go through that. You know, for all this other stuff on there that I want to see. Depends.
Yeah.
Get your cup of roasted coffee, your morning cup of Joey. We'll make a jam and cup of Java mocha latte with a froth for you, Jack.
I'm gonna contradict myself in what I've said up until this point. The decrease in tempo helps this song more than it hinders it.
Frappuccino with a freshly roasted mung bean.
We even have the graininess that Bon likes to add now. Yeah.
It's a caramel drizzle mud in the cup with a drip.
Among the songs they have to sing, she mentioned they also have a song for when people enter, right? So what if someone enters, they start singing, and then someone enters before they're done?
I think
they
it's
have
just
to just keep restarting, or
I think it's continue. I think it's continue at that point.
Yeah.
Drip, drip, drip.
Although it's also possible that they have not thought about it that far because they don't get that many customers. Although now there are people here because they're not doing the line bit anymore.
Drip, and we'll bring it right up.
But also there's probably set up by the Hive Mind version of them, so yeah.
I guess they're more likely to know when somebody has entered versus when they haven't.
Hey, Mr. Business, how do you do? Can we get a triple
I think that is like an oddly frightening idea. Like it wouldn't. I don't think there's any context in which this would be used, except for within like this specific, like the medium of like film or gaming. I think it would work, but this would be such a strange thing to even fit into either of those mediums to begin with. But the idea of having them restart every time someone enters, and them knowing when someone enters because of the hive mind. That'd be such a spooky moment, hearing them sing, and then you walk in, and nothing alerts you that they should know you're in there, and then they just restart. That'd be a terrifying moment.
In a game, that's absolutely a thing that you can do, because I can definitely picture.
No, you absolutely
game.
could. I just can't imagine.
I can a game, but like they start seeing the second that the player enters, and then the AI is so dumb that if you step back, it stops and then it starts again every single time. That's what I can picture that scenario in.
Oh no, I mean like an actual like artistic choice, like an actual scare.
Okay.
What? Dika? What? Did it?
Okay. I don't know if anyone's seen Josiah Schneider in the past year or so, but that's my association with the word decaf now.
And we'll bring it right up. Oi, oi, oi!
Okay, sometimes
that was a good
Emma
Emma phase.
Yeah. Another great pause moment too, probably.
I ordered online.
Honestly, they lucked out by the fact that Emma was in Brigadoon in high school. Otherwise, this would have been nearly impossible to execute.
You know, I'm just saying, one morning of practice to get a whole music number down, that's pretty impressive, especially if you're getting to work maybe an hour or two early max. That's pretty impressive to be able to memorize all that in that time period.
Oh, yeah, no, we didn't do... Imagine what we did at the start of this stream, just with choreography.
And we'll bring it.
I think the harmonies are more clear this
Right.
time.
And we'll bring it right up. Okay, so. Whoa. What is this? What is that? Hello? So.
It's wait, that seems like I think they did that same like dance move on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show actually.
Stop! God! What the hell is that?
Yes.
It's like a whole other A section? When did you even learn that? You know what? I'm done. When I signed up for this job, I signed up to serve coffee and cold, shitty pastries.
Named after the sillies, apparently.
If I wanted to be in a musical, I'd be in a damn musical. Yeah. That's right, Zoe. I was in Brigadoon in high school, and I fucking killed it.
Still haven't seen Brigadoon. Don't know about that one.
I haven't seen it either.
But now, I am just trying to make ends meet while I work my way through community college, and I can do that just as easily down the street at Starbucks.
Provided they're hiring, of course.
I quit.
You can't quit, Emma.
Yeah, I sure as hell can.
The song is so simple. We'll teach you. Everyone here will be singing it soon.
What are you talking about?
They've all had their coffee.
I suppose this does like mean that they probably, by hive mind rules, did not know that these ones are going to enter at the same time, so they have to, you know.
Their apotheosis will be upon them at any moment.
What did you do to their coffee? Fucking gross!
Wow, it's like actually, it actually is gross this time compared to the play slam they did before or something.
Get your cup of poison coffee.
What?
Your toxic cup of Joey. We'll make a twisted cup of Java mocha latte with a view for you, Jack.
What?
Hey, Mr. Business, how do you do?
Why are they all singing?
one.
We'll make it double.
And once again, they let him go.
For you. Mr. Business, and we'll bring it right up.
Okay, I feel like they ruined one of my favorite like mini reprises in the song because I love that reprise. But like I think the physicality was a great addition there. But the issue was with the way they sung it. Like they sung it like kind of like I would define it more like a witchy way, like a hee, I'm a witch.
Yeah,
It's
an acting through song choice, certainly. Yeah,
compared to like a more
I love
sinister-
that.
Compared to
I personally like it as well, but I can see why.
I don't know. Compared to I felt because before it felt more like a sinister, like kind of like showgirl kind of thing, like get your cup of poison coffee, get your cup of toxic. You know, it felt more like
I think the fact that they don't originally address Emma like that, all of this, the idea is like so far beneath them because the hive mind itself is the source of the fear, right? So if the implications, of course, are all about like what. Like the fear stuff comes like everyone doing something in sync. That's already scary if you don't need to add like the extra like your toxic carbohydrate necessarily.
Yeah.
As far as like actually delivering the lines, I also enjoy it, but what it represents instead, I can sort of see like
I just feel like it just takes away from that reprise because that's one of my favorite moments in the musical, and it's one of the things I've casually quoted, and I love that part of the original musical. But I feel like here it took so much away from that little song part, and like the little acting and vocal voices just kind of like again just made it feel I don't know.
I agree with both of you. It added so much, but it also took away things, and whether or not you like what it added versus what it took away is going to depend.
It's just like the Avatar season 2. It added stuff, but the stuff it added also took away from the thing.
But I don't know. I just think the G, like the way they growl at the start of that, so tasty. That scratches a very yummy part of my brain.
I can see why Bon is adding more and more of that every time I ask him for singing lines.
Come on, this way.
Oh my god.
This way, come on.
Oh
Oh, this track I absolutely recognize, and Aiden, you should recognize it too.
Oh yeah.
my god.
God, it's the one we did for the parody.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Down in the Phoenix, man. I just remember your parody. God, it's like something's going down.
Someone's going mad in this Phoenix Mantle. Yeah.
I had to listen to this instrumental and song a lot. Okay, what a thing.
That is true. The 2 years in a row because you were involved with the music video the first time round, and then for the second time you were two of the characters. So for context, because again, not much audience overlap. On my main channel, there is a parody of Hatchet Town, which is for the movie Murder in Phoenix Drop High, which is something that AFMAL made sometime in May last year, and because I mean, obviously we saw that and it was all about like a murder mystery happening inside of Phoenix Drop itself. Everyone's like scrambling around, accusing each other of things. There was a part that said the alphas will fall in a very similar font and look to Nutty Proofs Must Die, the logo. So I just presented a fully formed 10-part parody of Hatchet Town to Aiden, and was like, "Yep, good luck with this one." And then he had to watch that new music video, and then the following year, because 10 versions of just myself is not as dynamic or anything. So we added like some other singers, including Bon actually, but Aiden also twice. I'm still fine with this of the characters, but it's much more even. And actually this time as well, both Bon and Prison were familiar enough with the song that it was very easy to direct them specifically. With Aiden, it was like, let's refresh what you went through last year. Even though the bad part last year was the music video itself, because that was all the same. But this time, so with all tracks to recognize, that motif right there, Matt Motif Dahan.
I'm unemployed.
I'm so sorry. Do you have any savings?
No.
Well, I mean, hey, it's 2018. I'm sure the job market's going to be really good for a long time.
Okay, fair enough. So
That
it's
confirms that.
2018 now. Okay. I appreciate that. I was saying before, BB, they've got something else now to say with with what was like with their characters, so it's not just okay every time, or like just like emphasizing that we're going through all these shrubs now or something, or like no, we're gonna go this way. Oh no, this is a blocked area. We're gonna go back here this time.
Sorry, this is a dead end. Sorry.
Oh, a dead end.
Okay, there's still a little bit of that, I suppose, but they've added other stuff.
Did you not know that was dead end?
No, I know my way pretty well around town.
Yeah,
I mean, in high school they used to call me Alley Cat Paul. That's what they...
Alley Cat Paul?
No, forget that.
Did
Never
you
mind.
go to high school with a bunch of 50s mobsters?
No. This is another dead end.
I am half convinced that they improvised this, but no. It feels either way. I wouldn't.
I'm sorry. There's only one more alley. It's this way.
right.
Come on. Okay. Come on.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, no shops this time. No kind to the audience, but oh well, never mind.
God, what the fuck?
Mr. wants to anyway. Yeah.
What was that?
I told you it was scarier than it sounds.
You were right. I didn't think about the implications. Oh my god, I didn't think about it!
Lauren every time directing this remake.
It's all right, Emma.
It's not all right, Paul.
Also, we got the money.
Bill, you scared the shit out of us.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to pop out of a trash can and not scare the shit out of you?
I don't know. Give us a warning or something next time. Ah! Charlotte.
Sorry, I tried to warn you.
Who are these people?
They're my friends from work.
What are they doing in the trash?
We had to find a place to hide.
They're not your. Are they your friends? Really?
They are the closest thing that Paul has to friends. Okay.
I was going to be like, are they though?
Did I miss something? How did Charlotte try to warn them?
She banged on a trash can before popping out.
Yeah, like.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that, but okay.
Which is probably probably why it was such a bad warning.
You wouldn't see her internally banging on the trash can, BB. I'm just saying, you wouldn't see that part.
No, but you would probably hear it.
which is why it's a bad warning, so it works.
Davidson kept calling people into his office, and they came out singing.
It was the same at the bank, the butcher's, and the post office.
It's all downtown. We were just a beanies. He didn't invite me! Jesus, Ted.
Shut the fuck up, Paul. If you want to stay in our hiding spot, you gotta be quiet, okay? There is something going on, and we don't know what it is or who we can trust. So, Paul, get your trash can.
There are only 3 trash cans.
Fuck you.
No, Emma stays with us.
I don't know her.
Yeah, you do, man. She's the barista from Beanies.
Wouldn't recognize about her apron, yeah.
You know, the
Latte hotte.
Paul, that is not the latte hotte. That is the crabby one who won't sing when I tip her. You grabbed the wrong one, you noodle.
They're already infected.
Which does suggest that Ted does in fact go to Beanies a lot, so that coffee might not have been from the pot.
Thank God! I called Sam. He'll get us out of here.
Although I will say that makes it a tad concerning because we knew at least 2 of the coworkers there were like 10 years younger than Emma, who's in her 30s.
He is asserting dominance.
So a man in his like 30s was actively wanting to be with women in their like mid to early 20s.
Which
so that's not
is
creepy
a
at
fairly
all.
regular occurrence.
Don't date someone don't date someone in their early 20s when you're in your 30s. That just feels predatory. It's not technically predatory. It feels predatory.
What? I disagree. That's not uncommon.
People in their early 20s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
I don't think
Sam, thank God! Everyone's gone crazy.
As
They've all gone
adults.
crazy.
We were just referencing this song in the editing stream last night.
Sam, I need you to take a step back. You're facing the law, not the clerk at the gap. Cause we're cops. Yeah, we're
Just
cops.
saying,
You
they're
better
gonna
ship
get more
on
accurate
up.
cop uniforms on everyone else. No badges, but the color cops look more accurate compared to him. Oh my God.
Technically, they never call her Jasmine because of licensing. The princess was 16.
God, did they actually never give her a name in there? I kind of forget.
Oh yeah, no,
they
they never do.
God, God, wait, they should have did a bit where they're like, oh well, Jet, and then we just hear like something gets interrupted as you're about to say your name. It's like Princess Jet, and then it's like,
like in graduation days. Now everyone, class of. I am gathered here today.
See, I think it would have been funnier had they had one of them mentioned Jasmine by name, and then you would have had other people also refer to the princess, but by a different name.
Oh, so it just turns out Jasmine was somebody else entirely.
No, I mean everyone has a different name for the princess.
Oh, okay.
He's one of them.
Like Chloe?
You better amp me
Like
up.
Chloe, how she calls everyone different people. Different names.
Essentially, but I mean, well, also Audrey, she doesn't write back to us, so you know.
Yeah.
All of your pockets, but don't empty out all of your pockets.
Yeah, the timing for Paul there is wrong because he was like emptying out his pockets, but then didn't before because now he's like doing it too slowly. That being said, speaking too slowly, I think this is the first song that is in the same tempo as the original.
Cause we're cops. Yeah, we're cops. And we make sense. Show me your hands. Show me those jazz hands.
Oh god, I take it back. They're doing the... Why did I say anything?
Or you'll end up in cuffs. Show me those hands. Show me those jazz hands. Where am I?
This is the reverse of Nutty Brews Must Die.
Being inclined to shoot you up.
You go 40 and a 35. Check your mirror, see that hell has a
And they haven't gone back to the original. What is going on?
Cause we're cops.
Yeah, we're cops. We're up in your shit.
Someone's got a theory of that being a different, like a relative of Max's now because of the similar idea. Yeah, all right. It's like Ted versus Pete.
That's Max's now, clearly.
Would explain a lot.
They lost her cat in a tree.
Contact fire, not the HFPDE. Cause we're cops. Yeah, we're cops.
Her cat is dead.
Aww.
Wait, why is her cat dead? It was in a tree. What did it do in the tree?
I think it was no longer in the tree after a certain point. Only Peanuts survives Hatchetfield.
Show me those jazz hands. Get a love or you'll end up in cuffs. Show me those hands. Show me those jazz hands. Or am I being blind? Step away from the vehicle. Step away from the vehicle. Get back in the vehicle. Get back in the vehicle. Slowly get out of the vehicle. Slowly get out of the vehicle.
You can tell he's mouthing.
Things I say, I'm a cop. Step away from the vehicle. Step away from the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle. Slowly get out of the vehicle.
Okay, so
911 emergency call. Got a 411 in a shopping mall. Better pack your heat and utility belt. Any more rats coming in hot, they melt.
Sorry, did your wife on the 911?
What that bitch want to do?
Okay, why are they all now part of this choreography?
Yeah.
If they're all supposed to be like out of the apotheosis, there's no point.
Just want to snug.
Grab a 9mm and donut bucket with my bag.
There might be like they're inside the car or something, but the point, but also the point is they never actually get taken because they get away.
Put your mouth in.
Okay, well, a lot of them get taken eventually, except for Emma.
Well, yeah, eventually, but not now.
Yeah.
They're gonna meet a certain kooky reclusive biology professor or something at this point. You know?
I'm your wife, baby. Just talk to me.
Charlotte.
Oh, we're missing the warble of like the. Yeah. The being affected okay, fair enough then.
I don't think that's true. They're being affected slightly. The only reason Paul got infected through the air was because he was like right next to a meteorite. They're not near a Starlight Theater right now.
They might be, depending on which part of downtown they're in.
But even but even if that was the case, wouldn't the infection just slowly spread? Just like you get a little bit of infection, it just spreads throughout. It would just grow a lot slower in your brain.
Which is why they only very slightly bobbed, I suppose, according to Lithium. But yeah. I don't know what thou no friend this would be, but also perfectly timed screams. Perfectly cut screams, that is.
Show me those hands.
He used improvised weapon.
Okay, this is sounds strange, but I don't know if you're still here, but this is gonna make sense to you. Remember in Ponies, that one scene was like conflict, like that. That's what I'm picturing.
Get back! Stay away! Just leave us alone!
I think Dave Russell's coming back.
Oh my god! His
I would not put that down just yet.
head is open!
Well, I had to do something.
I would if it's
Oh,
Charlotte.
my-
Dear God. Did you see the way she was holding that?
Yeah, the safety probably was not on, yeah.
His brain fell out!
Well, put it
Okay.
back then!
Okay, how does his brain fall out? You hit him in the back of his head lightly with a trash can. It was not. I don't think he was hitting him hard enough with a thin piece of metal to do that. You'd have to hit him like a brick or something.
I mean, first off,
Yeah,
that's super
yeah.
not thin, and two, I mean, he then also fell.
It could have been either one of the impacts or both, I suppose, but also the skull is kind of designed to resist that kind of thing. So yeah, it took a little bit
But
like
what
less
if he's
force than
like
you would
a baby?
expect.
He's a grown man.
But what if it's but what if it's all gelatin up there or cartilage?
That's
Come on, you know, he said before we can't think of him as less of a man. Anyway, there's alien titles of the captions. That might still be there. I don't know because we don't get captions on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a doctor!
Charlotte, look at it. That's not his brain. It's blue!
You know, you're not a doctor either! We need to go to a doctor. He needs to see.
You know, she kind of sounds like Dorothy
Charlotte,
right now. Actually, with the way her tone and cadence and when he with some of these lines.
I think she always had a kind of bit of a Dorothy accent, but yeah, specifically here.
Charlotte,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh God, I can't do a Dorothy in it. I can't do a Dorothy voice. Auntie Em, his brain fell out. Oh God, his brain fell out.
We're off to see the doctor, the wonderful doctor of brains.
I'm Charlotte. Okay, listen, we've got to get out of downtown, okay? Downtown is fucked.
Yeah, Jamie's reactions I was agree with
The hospital is downtown. We can't go there.
But he needs to see a doctor. He needs to.
His brain's on the floor. He's already dead. He's already dead. That would kill anyone.
Just doing Judy Garland, the OG, less of this time until now. There we go. Yeah, so exactly right then.
Wait. I know where we could go. Yes, I have this like kooky reclusive biology professor. I'm his favorite student because I brought him groceries once. Anyway, he's got a doctorate, right? That's kind of like a doctor, right? He could help your husband. Maybe, I don't know. He's got like a lab, he's got security. His whole house is like a panic room. He's like one of those, what do you call a guy that lives in a fortress?
A king.
No.
A crazy
no,
person.
no.
There's a castle on the hill.
He's like
God.
a doomsday survivalist. Yes, he thinks the world's ending. He's been preparing for like 20 years for the apocalypse.
The apocalypse.
Oh, there you go. That's half of Zoe's lifespan.
Is that what this is? Maybe we should go to a church.
No.
Wait, no, wait, that's entirely Zoe's lifespan. Forget that.
Oh, no, Charlotte. We are all...
It was like it's a set. Some big playback. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, especially the songs. That's what I mean. Yeah, with the older version, anticipating it. Also true, but they definitely intentionally slowed a lot down.
Different denominations, okay? We cannot split up. I'm a Presbyterian. There's no way I'm gonna die in your dirty-ass Methodist church. No.
Yeah, no, him just saying that matter-of-factly last to the original was definitely...
No, I say we go to the panic room and we beg for the king's help, okay?
Yeah. Charlotte, I think the best thing for all of us, including Sam, would be to get to the professor.
Yeah, let's go now. We can take the squad car.
Please stop
Coming with
his
him.
brain.
Oh, that's why they had the squad car. Okay.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, I don't need to see it.
Ew.
Probably means they need some time carrying him there. So you know what? All right, I'm behind that now.
This is Hatchetfield Evening News with Dan and Donna.
What began as a series of isolated incidents has escalated into what some are calling a musical riot.
Good God! It's spreading
This Mia does he look like he's smiling too much.
faster than I feel.
Despite
Okay, not anymore, but before.
several reports of violence, the Hatchetfield police have assured Channel 9 that there is no cause for alarm.
Because they're part of it!
Nevertheless, our skittish neighbors in Clivesdale have raised the Nantucket
What was that? He's like it's a Barty Crouch Jr. Why?
Bridge, with the ferries down.
The bird just sits in a joke and get most of it doesn't work, and the whole show is doing it. I mean, yeah, there's definitely something that like Nick Lang's directing versus versus Lauren specifically. She didn't think about the implications, as I said before.
For the season and no accessible means off the island, Hatchetfield citizens are advised to stay indoors.
So, do you guys not have an airport? There's no way you don't have an airport. Come on.
Why is there no way they don't have an airport? There are plenty of places in the world with no airports.
Yeah, but you can't just rely on a single bridge to get in and out of your area. You have to have at least a backup area, like an airport or some other way, realistically, to get in
But
town.
you don't. We don't.
Yeah, you've never been to Galicia.
Well, BB, your town kind of sucks in general, so...
No, it's just a normal-ass small town, Aiden.
Oh, I know I'm talking about your town because it's not a lot of nice people
No,
there.
you're right. It's bad.
Again,
Yeah.
Hatchetfield. Again, Hatchetfield.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're right, it's bad, but that's also not relevant. It's not like structurally, it's just a normal small town. We don't have an airport. A lot of places don't have airports. We have roads. The way most places have roads.
Particularly, they're also like that,
Okay, yeah, but you're not an island, too. You're not
okay,
an
well,
island.
okay. For comparison's sake, my town also does not have an airport.
Okay, but do you have more than one bridge out of the town?
We don't live near water, so kind of not really. No.
Do you have more than one road? Do you have more than one road out of town? / motor.
Okay. Yes, we do have that. Although again, in Galicia, not so much. There are places like this that just do not have those.
Okay, that seems irresponsible. If there's a tsunami, for example, and knocks down the bridge, well, now everyone's trapped in the town.
This is true. I mean, a lot of places weren't built with tsunamis in mind. That's a fair point. But also, how would there be a tsunami in
maybe
Michigan?
Hatchetfield was built before tsunamis.
Well, built in an area where there aren't going to be tsunamis because it's Michigan.
You're an island.
Outside world is no help. It's up to us now, Alexa.
Oh God.
Okay, this version of Higgins is definitely like a bit more like youthful dreaminess, which I guess does match with the one to have his own musical, but also ruins the surprise of that. Although again, everyone's seen the original. Yeah, exactly what I was saying before. It's not the ocean. I'm sure you can get some decently big waves from a lake, but not a tsunami level.
Who is it?
Professor Higgins!
Don't lie to me, whoever you are! I'm Professor Higgins!
No, Professor, it's me, Emma Perkins. The whole town's gone crazy. I didn't know where else to go.
Emma, you came to the right place. Hold on, I'll let you in. Alexa, open the gates.
Yeah, we're having up the musical performer a lot more than the professor aspect right now, which later versions of Higgins would do because the reveal was already done. But here, of course, they're not dialing it back enough.
I'm just saying, having someone be able to say, Alexa, open the gates, it's kind of concerning because hypothetically, later in the musical, when he tries opening the gates to learn the evil people, they could have usually just say, Alexa, close the gates.
That's true. Yeah, there's Alexa off. There you go. Perfect.
I mean, you can make an argument that he was just panicked and didn't think about it.
Well, okay, in that situation, yes. But setting up the security system so that a device that is designed to accept anyone's voice command, not just your own, was faulty on Higgins's part.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. These are my friends. This is Paul and them.
And
we came from
them.
downtown.
You know Charlotte.
Listen, this is going to sound crazy, but everyone is
Singing and dancing like they're in a musicale. They want you to join them. Once they get you, you're a part of it.
Yeah, how did you know?
I theorized this very scenario 30 years ago.
Really?
Really?
Like exactly this?
The fact they are 30 years old specifically, I never thought of this before, but yeah, if he was theorizing this moment, like as these two were being born, perhaps good old Pokey planned a few things more in advance than we thought.
Exactly.
Maybe there was a little bit of scheming after all.
I don't know. Maybe
world-
Pokey also had maybe he had an interaction with Pokey at one point too.
Oh, he just got the information out. Yeah.
Become a musician.
You
Pokey's
better
like
believe it.
trolling him, being like, "Oh, in 30 years, I'm going to take over the world, and you can't
I have a
stop me."
theory. Just takes the credits. This crushes a bit with everyone else as being more grounded this time because they had two different assignments. I think it's because OG Higgins is so iconic for being over the top specifically. There was never any way they could have toned him down and it would have been like anyway palatable. So yeah, probably actually. But yeah, absolutely like this.
That's what's wrong with Sam?
Good God, don't tell me about one of them here!
Oh, I told you we should have left him in the alley.
You're a monster, Ted!
No, he's a monster.
All right! Everybody calm down! Providence has brought him to me. Quickly, cuff him to the chair. There's no telling what would happen if he were awake and loose.
Wait,
I've
why'd you
been
put his
preparing
brain
for this
back
day
in?
for-
Why'd you put his brain back in? I would have left it out. He would be dead then. You had to reconnect his brain?
See the Paul is dead a conspiracy ball in the back? No, actually. Although Paul is dead, I know I think it was like the first famous conspiracy theory about Paul McCartney specifically, so not this Paul, thankfully. I could definitely see him being like, an OG conspiracy theorist, thinking about the Paul is dead situation, which I confirm he is not. I shook his hand one time.
Decades. Now all the answers are right in front of me. If
Okay,
only I have
and
the
this
wits
is
to
also an
decide.
issue with the previous staging. So when he hit him, when he hit him,
That was the image. I'm not laughing at you.
when he initially hit him with the pan to the back of his head to knock him out, and he fell forward. And
gives
how come his brain is exposed like on the front of his head instead of the back of his head where the actual tin lid has been hit him in the back of the head? He got hit in the back and he fell forward on his face.
Fair
So
point.
he shouldn't. It shouldn't be there.
Out of reason, probably still could see, but in universe reason, no clue.
Yeah.
When he got struck by lightning, that was supposed to die in the food. He had actual powers. Oh, like Providence. Okay, all right then. But that also means those events do still coincide with Paul and Emma's year of birth. But yeah, for them.
Tell me, Emma, what on earth does this look like to you?
Oh God, I don't know.
Blue slime.
Some sort of blue.
That's not what she says originally.
I know.
Shit.
Yeah.
My thoughts exactly.
Maybe these
What the
aliens are
fuck
playing with
is this
slime
shit?
tutorials,
I'll
Those
tell
are
you what on
pretty
earth
cool.
it looks like.
Yeah, I wonder if Hitchens would be good at those.
Nothing.
Well, you just put it back on his head.
You all remember the meteor that crashed here last night?
That's the Starkid scuff.
I dare say it was carrying a deadly cargo. A contagious pathogen of cosmic origin.
Wait a second, Doc. You're not talking about aliens.
Why is that so hard to believe? Think of all we take for granted as
I'm
foretold in the
talking
pages
about
of Bradbury.
space gods of the multiverse. Much different.
Honestly, I would have been sold more on aliens personally.
Asimov.
The pans have floored over the blurry shots of the background for clues. I like how this came out 2 days ago, and that's already a statement. So once again, conspiracies. Ironically enough, the very thing that this scene is satirizing.
Look no further than my robot assistant, Alexa. Once confined to the realm of science fiction, she is now science fact. Alexa, dim the lights. Oh.
Good luck reading it now, fans, I guess.
I think an actually like funny joke that they should have done here, because now they have an actual Alexa. They should have just had it working. They could have had it do the thing, and then after he finished describing Alexa, just let the robot respond.
I can imagine that would have been that would have actually, you know what? No, that would have worked for this one because it's already slow enough already. Yeah.
20 years ago, I would have had to walk all the way to the dimmer. As
which is hooked up correctly and synced with Alexa. Okay.
unbelievable as that. Or this outbreak.
Oh, he's become Blofeld. I get it now. Actually, that jacket looks like modern Blofeld, but the action, the stroking of like pretend of like the equivalent of the cat, is definitely old school Blofeld. Once again, my James Bond logic coming, the knowledge coming in handy with Starkid / Tin Can Bros.
May seem. The question is no longer, can this be happening? But how do we
he
fight
sure
it?
does look like
I've
a
got to get this blue
Hmm.
shit under the microscope and see if I can't find what makes these bastards tick.
I mean, I still think, rat's probably closer. Actually, that's another like theatre exercise. It's like, animal imagery. What animal does your character most embody, essentially?
No, genuinely, I do think he gives more rat. I was making a joke about Blofeld.
Excuse me, Professor. This is a lot to take in. Do you have anything to take the edge off, like a drink or something?
Young man, I've spent the past 20 years stockpiling the bare essentials for human survival in the event of a world-ending cataclysm.
So you had a theory 30 years ago, but spent 20 years stockpiling. Okay.
You bet your ass we've got booze. Come with me.
Oh. Please don't get drunk in the apocalypse. You need your mental faculties.
Hey, look, it's fine. Phil's gonna have a Shirley Temple. He'll be okay.
I don't entirely agree. I mean, you're mostly right.
Maybe you're a designated driver.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people need that escape in the apocalypse, but
People need to survive in the apocalypse.
It depends on your tolerance.
I mean, sure, you need to survive the apocalypse, but I'm sure a single night being drunk won't end your life instantly, man. Like,
maybe not. It depends. It depends on the type of apocalypse. If it's type of apocalypse where something is actively after you, then you might be in a bit of trouble. If it's the kind of apocalypse,
I certainly don't think this
a disaster has already happened and then depleted itself, then you'll probably be okay. Yeah. I might just start stacking up. Okay, fair enough then.
Come on, Charlotte.
I'll do it at the same time, but yeah.
I'll make you a drink. We can relax, talk.
okay is wonderful. I'll tell you what's wonderful. Dog is wonderful. And the dog says booze is wonderful.
Can't believe you're thinking about that at a time.
Can we get that in Scooby's voice?
Okay is wonderful. Okay is wonderful. You know what else is wonderful? The dog is wonderful. You know what the dog thinks is wonderful? Booze is wonderful.
So what you just got there is a taster of the series that replaced our Starkid reactions, our D&D campaign, Mists of Occulta. Yes, BB plays actual Scooby-Doo as a character in the series.
Like this, the whole world could be coming to an end.
Well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna go out doing what I love. Screwing around with another man's wife.
Which is why it had to be Ted. Remember we said that before.
Well, her man's
Damn.
kind of essentially dead, so.
I guess, yeah. Another man's a widow.
Essentially.
You're such a horny bastard.
What?
Okay, the slow motion was better before.
Always have been. Always will be.
And you know that's why I can't resist you.
Oh, yes! Wait! Ted.
Okay, this is another thing for Butter Punch related. Remember most popular girls in school, the way that Blaine and Saison make out with each other? Just like everyone's like, ooh, me, no, stop, go. It was like that.
My husband's brains.
I really like the transition. Instead of just like moaning the oh wait, instead it was like it's a transition to oh wait.
Okay, I don't know how, but I managed to turn Jamie into an eldritch monstrosity.
Oh god.
With this shot. I can see why Joey's terrified. This isn't even like a Charlotte and Ted mode. This is just Jamie and Joey.
If I can't be a wife to him now, what kind of woman am I?
I don't know, Charlotte. I'm not your therapist.
What?
You know, maybe you should go back to fucking him, huh?
He's dead.
Little late for that one.
I know that's why you actually
You
went to
ask some
counseling.
people and it's not.
That's not the
I'm not
only
some
reason.
people. I'm not into that, but some are.
I wanted to make things work with Sam. I love him. I know I shouldn't, but I do.
See, at least she's acknowledging it. Yeah. Original version. Well, this was the first Starkid I watched after the Harry Potter. Was this as freaky back then? Yeah, I guess going from seeing these two playing siblings directly into this would be pretty freaky. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Fortunately, I had a more of a time gap from when I started watching Starkid to when Guided Musicals first came out, actually. So, yeah, I was spared that.
And Charlotte, these guys
you
are
got
worthless
the
scumbag.
Harry Potter post J.K. Rowling retcon universe.
Post J.K. Rowling retcon? What? That's absolutely not what happened with Starkid.
Everyone knows that J.K. No, it definitely was. Everyone knows J.K. Rowling and her characters were always into each other since the beginning of time.
I mean, the meta said they're all gay secretly, but anyway.
You could upgrade
for each other
to a sleazeball.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's really an upgrade. That's more of a side grade. It's like about the same level of awfulness.
What does that mean?
Well, okay, it's not a downgrade, and it's not a upgrade. It's a side grade. It's like same level but different.
I believe you're looking for a phrase, not a word. It is change the mind.
I don't know.
I don't know what the hell a side grade is.
Yeah, well,
it's a side.
Okay, no, that is very true. Yeah, I'll say this. Yeah, because my Starkid experience, I ended up actually not end. I for some reason I've never ended up catching like MAMD, which honestly, thank goodness, it's become my least favorite Starkid musical since then after watching it. But I ended up not seeing that one because what happened was the way I discovered Starkid. It was through Songify the News 3 by Shmo Yoho, one of the first channels I ever started following, basically, because Darren Criss was on there, and they promoted Starkid from there, which started long ago with Magic of YouTube, they said there. And back when YouTube annotations still worked, it took me to the first A Very Potter musical. So I watched through that, and then through YouTube recommended, I got some of the other ones, like Holy Musical Batman. I think Twisted was out at this point, for example. Firebringer was like shortly after that, but I think it was like, sometime later on actually. Yeah, so I was like, so I caught up with ones that I saw there. It was like, Very Potter, Very Potter sequel, Very Potter senior year, and then a few others like filling in the gaps, and that was my first starting to integrate into Starkid. I think the first one I watched that was like relatively new was Trail to Oregon. So I think the last one I watched before that point was Annie, which I know was done at the same time, but it came out before on YouTube. So I just end up, for some reason, not ending up seeing MAMD because by that point I was already being recommended the middle era Starkid ones, and by that point the algorithm had changed for me, and I just didn't think to check the channel back catalog until like honestly doing, you know, these reactions. So yeah, just didn't. So that's why I ended up skipping that one. So I guess yeah, probably if somebody else has seen that, they would have been even more of a shock for sure.
But you refuse to be happy. You know what, Charlotte? I'm done. Okay, so
Same thing with Starship, actually. Also end up skipping that one by accident.
you could stay here with your dying marriage and your dying husband.
He's dead already. His brain was on the floor. Disconnected from his body.
I'm gonna go hit on that crappy barista.
No, Ted.
Okay, so he's much more torn up about it this time, which at least shows that he liked what he had going on with Charlotte, if nothing else. I was going to say at least he cared about her, but no, he cares about, you know, being with another man's wife, so yeah.
Yeah, Ted is kind of a sick squeeze ball, honestly, but, you know, he sure did have real feelings.
God.
And a real need to see a therapist to really unpackage them.
God.
What?
Okay, because originally she goes like, oh god, then like immediately goes to praying, like, oh god, like that, this smooth transition. But I guess now she's like seeing the light of instead. That's why it feels more awkward.
God. If you're up there, you just gotta know.
I don't know why she like had to like, you know, pull like her skirt, but at that point it's like having it fall down. Although I'm thinking, I remember what she has like underneath there, basically. And like, yeah, maybe so wasn't so much that didn't fall out before it gets spoiled.
I didn't want this to happen. I know that Sam and I have had our problems, and I know I've been so angry with him lately, but I didn't want him to die. Oh, please, God, just let him wake up. Please. We'll be together.
Shouldn't have put the brain back in.
Charlotte!
Oh, hi!
Where am I? Where am I tied to a chair?
Where am I?
It's
Where
for your
am
own
I?
safety,
What are
Sam,
you even
and our-
saying? Seeing your movie reference.
You're not well.
Charlotte, baby, I'm hurt real bad. I need a doctor.
Okay, I'll go get the professor.
No! They left me here to die! Only
Also, I love the fact that we've got like a wig for Sam now, despite the fact that Jeff's real hair was like that before.
Can help me, Charlotte! Untie me, and we'll get out of here together! I'm tied up, Charlotte. Tied up with you.
Another Jeff Blim song that is a downer key from originally this time.
You understand me. Now hand me those keys.
No.
The keys to our you.
Wait, I thought you were tied up. Are you tied up or handcuffed? Because there is a difference in wording.
God, we were young once, innocent and fun once, and free. Let go of this grip on me. You tied up my heart. You tied me down. Now break me
I like how the
open
lights have changed in the background.
with your love and mercy. Charlotte, you're breaking my heart, child. Got my feet to the fire. Just let me go, and I'll love you.
Yeah, this one might have worked better with the original key a little bit in terms of like how, in terms of make it more frightening, weirdly. Oh, there's the Jeff Blim falsetto. Okay, there it is. All right. Intro disco ball at this point. I think there's almost like a little bit of like a sense of disco lighting that might be done cut off, actually.
I love you too, Sam, but I can't let you go.
Charlotte, baby! Apple of my
I hope I cut off his best line. My bad. But also just like again, saison Marguerite. Charlotte, baby. I'm going to have my how you say baby right now.
Don't you trust me? I effed up, Charlotte. Effed up with you.
Oh, it says effed up.
All the booze and harlots.
which I guess means they're both as bad as each other.
And all the Charlottes.
Now I'm more.
Wait, she didn't know about the cheating. She didn't know about the cheating. She didn't know that part.
It's like, I want to be mad right now, but I cannot for reasons I will not tell you.
Hey, it's okay. It's mutual.
These two should have been in a polycule a long time ago.
They couldn't break
Genuinely, yeah, that would have probably just solved a significant amount of their problems.
What therapist are they going to?
You're the one who caged me.
Now I think about it, Hatchetfield probably only has one therapist. Now I think about it.
There must be an insane amount of patient breach of HIPAA.
Conflict of interest? Oh, yeah.
Please take away my pain, Charlie. Let me hold you again, Charlie.
I'm not going to approach the tempo changes in this song because that also happens in the original.
Just free your mind.
Okay, I don't know. That one just feels like the musical interest of like the hive mind in general, really. But oh, you mean like in universe? Why would you have it? Okay.
Then I'll give you a foot massage. Charlie, will you
Okay. You know what? That note right there sold me on the new key.
forgive me? I'll crawl on my hands and knees if you untie me, girl, and free up my heart.
You're flying, Sam! You're so high!
I'd be more concerned. Oh, he's not the one who's high, Charlotte.
Fading fast, I think you better come quick. I really don't want to die alone in here.
No, easy. The professor is inventing flying chairs to escape the apocalypse.
No, this one is just Picotho. This is just Pokey having fun. All right, he's just getting silly with it now.
Yeah, exactly. Silly.
Time to say our goodbyes at the end of the road.
I thought by this point we would have gotten to Trail to Oregon, so I could have gone like, you gotta go, and you gotta go, and it made sense, but yeah, we stopped too soon.
This body's not gonna last, the air is...
One less therapist now because she is a car.
Oh, God.
Ah, yes. No therapist, she is a car.
Cold and thick, I'm losing all last remaining hope for us. My hands are tied in knots, and I can't come home.
Please, can
I wanna die in your arms in the evening. Oh.
Wait, I think I can make it. I found my second wind. The pain's not bad, I can take it. Anyway, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to it. Written by Jeff Blum, actually.
Sam? Hello?
Now you come back. I referenced you multiple times.
Oh my god. Oh my... Oh no.
Oh no, he's fainted. Better handcuff him.
His Charlotte in that specific moment, by the way, I think reminds me of Baby from Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god. Sam, hello?
That's me, one of the four. A number of things, but most particularly because the added gravel to cup of roasted coffee reminded me of some of the lines that you've sent me singing. That's the one thing I can remember, but I've said other things too. Oh yeah, KW, because I referenced ponies before that only you would have got, actually.
You brought me back from the dead, child. My line was in red. I saw God, and he told me, girl, to free up my heart.
In places. This one not as bad as others because the timing was also varied in the original. Yeah. So yeah. Actually, the later songs not as bad.
Now it's my turn to free up your heart, baby girl.
Take me there.
The only person that's wait, say one of those. Only person to ever get like that treatment specifically. Oh, other ninjas, actually.
He said this was a full bar. How the hell am I supposed to make a Shirley Temple without any cherries?
Jesus Christ, Bill. It is the end of the world, and you're trying to get your drink on with a Shirley fucking Temple?
Well, I figure if it's as serious as all that...
What's the halfway mark? That's a good point, because we're not halfway through the video yet, like timeline-wise, but I actually forgot like where they cut off the first act. I think it was after Join Us in the
We're
Dark.
just going through the whole musical gang.
We are 100% not doing that.
We are though. We're doing it. We're on the train right
No
now.
way.
Choo choo.
Yeah, the human train they added. Also, speaking of things they added, love the the portrait of Hitchens in the back there, staring off, doing the Charlotte pose of looking up to the screen. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, thank you.
We're gonna need a designated driver.
What we were saying before, what's in the end of Apocalypse? Bill agrees.
Okay, so when the cops pull you over, you can pass their breathalyzer test before they infect you with their nasty blue shit. Come on!
If you make one more crack at me, I am gonna do something to you.
Oh yeah, Bill, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kick your head.
You can at least say butt. Come on.
You're gonna kick my head?
Yeah.
Not my ass?
Yeah, see, that's what he does say that. Originally, he's going to pull out like the angle or something about kicking someone's head, but he's sitting down now, so Bill could very easily kick his head from there.
Yeah.
By the way, how much longer is Act 1?
Huh?
How much longer is Act 1? I'm just wondering.
We were just asking that in chat.
Let's
right
see
now.
it.
Yeah, we
No,
just had that
come on,
conversation.
karate champ. Kick my head.
Well, I
wanna
didn't hear that. I talked to my mom about something.
Kick above your waist. Show me that rap.
Yeah, the thing is that Ted was standing up originally the whole time. Him sitting down means that he was at an angle where Bill could have kicked his head before.
Roundhouse. Show me that
Well, I
sweeping
think-
crane kick.
I don't think that's like a mistake, or I think that's just that, like, with the angling in this one, because he's sitting down, it gives him a lower position of authority. So it makes more sense that Ted is even willing to go off and say that. But now he's standing up and doing like an actual like challenge, like a proper like, macho man gearing up, squaring up, whatever.
For me, him sitting down gives more credence to the threat of being kicked in the head because it's more logistically feasible, which is what Ted is calling him out for. And in this case, there was precedent for it before. That's what I mean.
Your kung fu master taught you.
Okay,
Right,
okay,
but it
you two
was
calm
just a
down.
threat, is the thing though. Now he's saying, okay, do it then.
Ed, Bill's not gonna kick your head.
Why not? It's the most vulnerable part of the body. That's what Sensei Bill taught me.
Okay, it was a dumb threat. Stop rubbing it.
Interesting that they have changed the Sensei Bill specifically from that gesture. Are they getting Cho Chang flashbacks?
I mean, technically speaking, the head is one of the most vulnerable parts of your body. I mean, if you get a good head injury,
That's not what he's
You're not like Sam.
Yeah, good head.
Yeah, this is foreshadowing. Absolutely, you're right.
Again, he'd say ass.
Because if you want to kill a snake, what do? Huh? You cut off its head. Where does the fish rot from? Huh? The head. You take out the head, the whole thing goes down. That's why a fisherman always goes for,
Foreshadowing for him blowing up the meteorite. Go for the head.
Yes, exactly. This is the second time in a row that you've managed to make a point that Ted was about to get to. Surprisingly.
Ow! Bill, come on! Give me that.
Hell yeah.
He's supposed to relax us, not make us kill each other.
Whatever.
See, that's another reason not to get drunk in the apocalypse. People are different types of drunk sometimes, and Ted is the unhelpful kind.
Just like when he's sober.
Yeah.
Why did I come back here?
To
hide out.
Back to Hatchetfield. I spent the first 18 years of my life trying to get out of this place.
I'm now picturing Emma running away as a toddler.
I should have just stayed in Guatemala. I mean, yeah, they've got volcanoes and cootamundis everywhere.
Oh,
but
what's a cootamundi?
Oh, it's like a little raccoon thing. They get into shit. People hate them, but at least they don't sing and dance.
So is that what brought you back
Give it time. The hive mind might get them too.
to Hatchetfield?
I feel like
Could
the hive mind could infect animals too, because dogs, I guess, can't like literally sing human like words, but they can like harmonize their like barks and howls.
Yeah, this is why for like for a book series that I was writing like years ago, I had a whole motif being like an animal choir, specifically.
Oh, birds being infected, that would be awesome.
True.
No, it was my
Also, that make
sister.
them so dangerous because they're like flying above you, trying to spit in your mouth.
But yeah, birds be great carriers. Yeah.
Jane.
Yeah. Well, okay. If it's terms of birds, they wouldn't need to spit. You know, the blue stuff might be actually what Emma said it to be in that situation.
She was the good one.
Oh God.
Oh, when she was 12, she had this Lisa Frank binder where she mapped out her
Yeah, no, not Ezekiel. Yeah, true.
entire life, and I swear to God, she stuck to it, bullet point by bullet point.
Just imagine Roboto in the
job,
apocalypse.
husband,
I am a bird.
That's his song. That's his song is I am a bird. I'm a bird, but not a bard.
And when one sister's so on top of her shit, it kind of demands that the other one be a total fuck up, right?
What is yin without yang?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she was off doing life, and I was doing something else. Backpacking, mostly. And she'd invite me home for the big events, you know, the wedding, the baby shower, and every time I'd say, oh, sorry, I'll catch the next one.
Okay, I said the next one's like the next big event, because if you're talking about weddings and baby showers, you might have a second baby shower, you have a second wedding, something's gone wrong. But yeah, she means like events in general, yeah.
But then when I got the invitation to her funeral, I was like, oh.
Well, Charlotte isn't getting a second wedding, so things must have gone pretty well.
I don't know if Charlotte's the best example to give here.
Won't be a next one.
Wait, question. Wait, her sister is the one who in one universe goes to a car and is her.
Yeah, exactly. This song here. Yeah.
That.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I think that episode was called Jane is a Car or something.
you didn't crash into a car.
Her sister was the therapist, town therapist.
Well, I think that's actually what Bond said earlier. Yeah, the therapist is a car, but yeah.
It's weird growing up in someone else's shadow, because when they're gone, the light shines on your life for the first time.
Where's Tim at?
It does not look
Tiny
good.
Tim.
Yeah, I still remember the crash out that I had when like BB made a joke and I was like, no, not this scene, not this line, this one line specifically. I became the chat briefly. I became the chat like whenever we pause.
It was crazy. It was wild seeing him kind of like glow, like he was going Super Saiyan. It was.
It was like I was in a high about to make bigger point, and then the second as like it got like clipped from underneath. Yeah. No, I always know. I've known for a long time. Black Friday was like our second like thing to react to, not necessarily the second reaction because we did.
You know, I think would be interesting. We ever got a Hatchfield story where instead of Jane dying, it was I forget her husband. Where's her husband?
Tom.
Tom dies instead of Jane, and like I don't know, have an alternate universe where something's going on with her in that universe. That could be interesting.
Yeah, potentially. Black Friday would go down very differently because they wouldn't have the military training behind it. But yeah,
in my 30s with No roots anywhere except Hatchetfield. So I thought I'll make something of myself. You know, I'll do something my sister would be proud of. I'll enroll in community college. I'll study botany. I'm gonna open up a pot farm.
Yay.
Implying that potentially her sister might have also been in the smoke club back in the day.
Oh my god.
Did your sister smoke a lot of pot? Or?
No,
Oh, okay.
but you know, weed's the future. It's gonna be legal nationwide soon. I bet you any money.
How far along are we with that?
I don't think it's legal nationwide here.
Not nationwide, but pretty much everyone and their mother does it in Texas, despite it not being legal. And it's very legal in most places, I would say. At this
I don't know Virginia's legality status of it. I think you can medically sell it, probably. I think so. I don't know. I don't follow that stuff.
I don't follow that hard stuff. Yeah.
God, my whole life
8 years,
I have tried to
Miguel.
avoid dying in Hatchetfield, and here we
Well,
are.
don't worry. You get to die in Clydesdale. I know it's not much better, but still.
Aiden, third time's the charm.
Hey, it could be worse. You could be dying. in
Like a day ago, the
Oh.
Washington Post said Virginia just legalized the sale of recreational cannabis. So,
Well, if it's a day ago, then I can see why Aiden would not have heard yet
Fuck
necessarily.
Clivesdale.
Fuck him.
well, that was just one post from a day. I mean, I could keep going. There's like one from a week ago. I mean,
All right.
I like Hatch.
Well, they posted that was recent over the course of like an entire week. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been here my whole life. Born and bred. I never wanted to leave. Still don't.
Probably not is the answer to this question, because we're gonna have things to say.
Wait, we're the same age. How come I didn't know you in high school?
You probably went to
In fact, that might also been like the soundtrack I couldn't place earlier.
Hatchetfield High. I went to Sycamore.
Fucking Timber.
Honestly, Bob, mostly because I'll
us
forget.
and
I'll
die.
forget until next week.
Join us. We hated you guys.
We hated ourselves.
All you want to do is join us and die.
See, even if we don't talk, Aiden's gonna sing over it.
It's a vibe. It's a
Which
vibe.
is why our content is transformative and not a replacement for the original.
and boy, does it transform.
I was Bonnie.
That was 2003, wasn't it?
Oh, we missed out on like her doing the accent. Okay.
I actually saw you in Brigadoon.
No shit.
Yes, shit. Yeah, we didn't have a theater program at our school, so I guess in order to make us feel like crap, they'd bus us over and watch your shows. That was the first musical I ever saw. I hated it.
I thought it was way for some reason.
Hey, that was probably the start of my whole thing. You're the reason I don't like musicals.
Wow.
That's like your origin story.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes me the supervillain?
Other way
I don't think you
around.
like that at all, Emma.
Okay, actually, hey, shout out
Listen,
to the. I will say,
Paul.
I think the chemistry between these two has been, even since the start, I thought was significantly stronger than it was in the original.
I think they've definitely got it down, which you could say is both a benefit and a drawback, because their awkwardness if they don't know each other was sold fairly well originally, but their instant connection also works here. So I guess it's just a pick your poison situation.
Oh my God! Charlotte!
It is time to die! Sorry to interrupt, but we got bones to pluck. The time for chaos is long past over. Death isn't optional, in fact it's optimal. Your time is up and now we go through you. We tried to convince you into
Lucky.
Okay,
now
well,
we'll
that
kill
confirms
you
that.
with more than
What confirms what?
With more than
So-
harmonies.
Oh god! Again, This is why we pause. Look at this visual. Come on. Does that not sell super well? The pause here.
True. This is our thumbnail.
We need a
Anyways, no,
slideshow. We need a gun it's called slideshow now. Yeah.
But no, so earlier we were talking and I was like, well, maybe like, is there like an implication that maybe they tried going about this whole thing like peacefully at the start and slowly got more like violent? And she just said basically that verbatim. I don't know if I just somehow forgot that from the original or if that's new, but
I think the lyrics are the same. Also, that Mr. Davidson's shoes. Those really did come back. I'm also a real fan of like the way that Charlotte moved, just like doing like this motion basically, and be as intimidating as possible.
Although one thing I kind of wish they like, I know technically her sweater was this color in the original, but especially with the color they made the guts, I really wish the sweater wasn't the same shade of blue if they went for either a darker blue or a very different shade of blue, because like it feels like her sweater and like the blue guts are like the same color, and I feel like that kind of muddles the visual a little bit. I kind of wish the sweater was a slightly different color, so at least it would make the guts pop a lot more, versus where it feels like they kind of blend in a little bit too much with the outfit choice.
I think another issue there's like exacerbating that is the camera again, because we got far more wide shots this time than before, and that's come at a cost in some scenes, including this one. I think partly because again we will see like guys like we from the internet audience would have seen it better. Don't know about the live audience actually, whatever. But that might also be because they're trying to show off the set, because it's a remount. You got to show what you mounted, I suppose. I see a lot of Sherman Young in this performance. Interesting. Sherman Young's voice is very different in singing.
Oh, years have passed.
Oh my god.
Just join us and die. Join us and die. Join us and die.
I got it.
Join us and die. Join us and die. Join us and die.
I think their harmonies are stronger this time as well. Just being the two of them, yeah.
All you gotta do is, here's how it goes.
I'm gonna make Bond crash out.
Kick your ass, and then we're gonna fucking kick your ass. We're gonna fuse all that goo into your mouth where you food, and all your cells will renew and be enhanced.
Was the line into your mouth where you food?
Yeah, no, that was in the original. And then method where you food.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're like aliens, so...
They're still trying to figure it out. We're not the best at come with original lyrics, remember?
That you gotta see.
Even that's not full set of a... Okay.
If your pregnancy today, join us and die. Join us and die. Join us and die. Bye-bye. All you gotta do is join us.
Okay, so one thing about this scene that I don't know how I feel about is...
Yeah, I like this line either for the record, Bond, but yeah, go on, carry on.
But one thing I'm not really vibing with is, I forget if this was in the original, but I feel like this scene is showing them as a lot stronger than normal. But the maybe the cop guy, I guess, see being strong, but especially Charlotte, I can't see being that physically strong. But this scene is showing her being somewhat physically strong, or at least enough to.
I think it's safe to say that
like squishy skulls. they get muscle everywhere else, where their skull becomes squishy.
Because like I don't know, because like at least the possession felt again, it feels more akin to a possession than anything. And normally possessions, for the most part, depending on like obviously the medium, the
aside
spirit,
from
give you special powers.
Aside from morphing the color of like your internal organs, which may suggest a change in metabolism.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I feel like they're playing up their physical strength too much. I feel like I would have dialed back at least Charlotte's physical strength
you can kind of excuse her husband's because cop, and I guess he would be physically stronger naturally from that job. But Charlotte doesn't really feel like a character who would be physically strong in
He's a cop.
most.
Yes, a cop. So he got strong.
In most scenarios.
Us and I, join us and
I went to go check. I went to go check for a different thing, but upon looking at it, I was going to. There is a lyric earlier in the song that says, "We're gonna puke all that goo or into your mouth where your food, and all the cells will renew and be enhanced. It's a death-like process that you got to see." So it says in no uncertain terms that they do get enhanced.
Okay.
So they covered their bases. Yeah, what you think it.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
No, that's right. That's because it wasn't lyric. So I really like the choreography in this one. I don't know. Again, it's been a long time. Maybe I just didn't notice it the first time. Of course, I also wouldn't have noticed it for the reason I'm noticing it this time either. With the context of us knowing like the age of the sillies now, I think it's interesting to see them in a very childlike manner throughout this song, which is kind of an interesting touch.
Yeah, I guess, they were young ones. Yeah. Okay, back to this. The start of the original sound, of course, is the approach of this Nerdy Prudes, which I guess also explains why like that was like so much like crisper than before, because that was one thing that was like, yeah, like that one feels like the best to listen to, I will say. So I guess that's probably why. And I guess that also explains why we had Jeff Flem's like radio edits, I suppose. As in, like the radio filter from the "step away from the vehicle" like that. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, because obviously part of Starkid's charm is the live performance aspect of it. I don't know. I guess another pick your poison, I suppose.
Oh my God!
Another thing where there was more vibrato before.
Professor!
Yeah, I definitely remember that note being longer.
It's longer and more vibrato behind
it. You shot her! I shot a charlatan!
Oh my God.
The Charlotte you knew was gone the moment the note came out of her mouth. After examining that blue shit, I was able to deduce that Sam was no longer human, but part of the alien.
Yeah, I remember asking at the time of reviewing Cinderella's Castle, like how that happened, but yeah, that also tracks.
Alien brood, genetically reconstructed from the inside out. They're wearing our skin to fool us, which means.
Oh, there you go. Genetically reconstructed from the inside out. There's your answer. As well as what you said earlier.
Any one of you could be any one of them. So, we're gonna have ourselves a little test to find out.
Okay, that's pretty cool way to that. Which I guess was probably also dubbed, but yeah.
Still human, and who's a musical doppelganger? I want you to sing 16 bars right now.
Wait, Professor, we're not.
Sing the beginning of Moana.
What?
Surprisingly, that still works given the live action's coming out soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sing, goddammit!
Also, in theory, couldn't the possessed or like couldn't the infected also just badly sing on purpose, or is it like or are they biologically incapable of singing bad?
The implication is they're biologically incapable of singing bad. I saw a post just going like Moana. I have not seen Moana, but I don't think the first song is just Moana.
Lion King.
All right! That was truly terrible. Not a single one of you was on pitch. Which means you're still human.
I feel like that was truly terrible line. We could just like edit that over several things. Pocono throw performance, yeah. 100% could not happen.
These things, the tactic is to hide amongst us. But as their numbers grow, they become
They're
more
not.
bold.
They're not
As we
hiding
see-
very well. Also, they're not really trying to hide. Like in their first scene, they literally open with singing, or the first possessed scene we saw. They literally had a flash mob singing, so they're not hiding very good. They're kind of just like being pretty blatant with it.
Well, Charlotte
Yeah,
also
those-
just said that the time for chaos, the time for utter chaos, is long overdue as well. So they certainly aren't interested in hiding now if they were before.
Yeah, but even then, Aiden's right. They weren't doing a good job before because they flash mobbed. They did like whatever to Mr. Davidson. Like, yeah.
Although there was also the coffee shop.
Yeah, constantly
the
targeting the
police.
upper management of establishments. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, the coffee shop actually was hiding really well, but so I don't know why you listed that one in. That's like the one example of that being totally in context.
because the coffee shop itself was set up by Zoe to already be like Avon for them. Not that wasn't like their doing. That was just all Zoe.
That was just luck.
Alice! Oh, thank God for once in my life. I'm glad your mother left me and moved you to Clivesdale. What?
I hate the white tie over the
Alice.
white shirt.
Back in like the 70s, it was common practice to like have like this like a tie synced up to your shirt, but yeah, not so much anymore.
I watched you get on the bus to Clivesdale this morning. You got off to go see Deb? God damn it, Alice. If Deb jumped off a bridge, would you... I'm sorry.
I'm surprised that was not a nightmare time, actually.
I'm sorry.
Like somehow getting Deb to jump off a bridge.
That would have been too dark.
For nightmare time?
I know you're
I don't know. Nightmare Time doesn't really deal with anything particularly like dark in any meaningful sense. It's dark in like a big cosmic sense, but it's not usually in the same level as and your girlfriend or partner in this case just jumped off a bridge and now you have to deal with that.
No,
a child got abandoned and became feral in the woods. I don't know. Sometimes
the bird one is pretty dark.
Yeah,
the
and
bird's
how often does that
literally
happen?
the bird's
Like-
literally gonna force two humans to be like their slaves and also force lobotomize them.
That is
And then
exactly
they-
my
it looks
point,
like
Aiden.
Yeah.
And then they went to jail for that, and went to jail because killing the birds. So,
Aiden, you're proving my point. I know those things happened. That's what I'm saying.
it's pretty dark. That's very dark.
Yeah, it's dark, but not dark in any meaningful sense. No one's relating to that.
Okay, I suppose. Okay, I see what you're trying to say, but I mean, I guess it depends. Like if you're going for intensity versus relatability, but all right.
What's wrong with Deb? She's doing what? Alice, listen to me. You get away from
She's
her. You
smoking.
understand?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, the implications that Alice and Deb have not seen anyone else all day.
You get far away.
Okay, they're 18-year-olds and they're dating. That's a very good possibility.
Okay.
Also, I love
is not
Lithium's message here. She got off the bus to get off with Deb.
Oh, yeah. I read that she got off the bus with Deb, so I ignored it. But yeah, you're right. I should have read that more thoroughly.
I mean, not
Oh, there you go. Okay.
liking Deb right now. You have to run and hide. Where are you? Okay, stay there. No, I'm coming to you. No, don't. Everything's going to be fine.
No, it's not.
I love you too. Give me.
I think here is where the new performance of Bill shines much more than anywhere else.
Give me some water and some bread. I knew we were gonna need a designated driver.
What's happening?
And then we need to go back to nerdness for this.
Bill.
It's Alice. She's still in Hatchetfield. Dang it! I gotta take the car. I gotta get to Hatchetfield High. She's locked herself in the choir.
Okay,
And you're gonna save her?
Okay, so did we actually ever get like a story in Nightmare Time or any media where we focused on Deb and Alice? I forget if we ever got.
I think they were briefly mentioned in like Perky's Buds, but not really. I
forget if we ever actually got. I don't think I ever got a story because, like, honestly, that's a missed opportunity if we haven't got like an actual story focused on those two because that could have been interesting.
That's what I was saying. You know, introduce the bridge thing.
Guy Bill, you're gonna run and gun your way through a city full of singing zombies.
Blinky's world, apparently. Again, we're rusty.
Me motherfuckers, wake up, Bill. She's already
Oh wait,
dead.
but I don't know. I wouldn't really define Blinky's world as that because wasn't Blinky's world more of a story between Alice and her dad compared to Deb and
Alice and Deb?
Yeah, because like I don't think Deb was in much of that, if any. I think she maybe made a small cameo. She was part of the conflict with her dad was relating to Deb. But or like had that because of her relationship with Deb and her disconnect to her father. But I don't think that really was an episode focused on her and Deb at all as a couple or like just together.
Yeah.
It was more.
Again,
of
depends
like,
on how you interpret the question. Did you interpret it as where Alice and Deb individually featured majorly in A Nightmare Time? The answer would be yes in that sense. If you meant Alice and Deb as a joint package, then there's that. Okay.
You're gonna get there, and she's gonna be dead, and then you're gonna die too. That is exactly what's gonna happen if you try to go back through downtown.
What else am I supposed to do?
Don't go through
Let
downtown.
her die.
Cut through Pinebrook.
What?
Pinebrook. Rich neighborhood, fancy houses, huge yards.
Yes! Avoid densely populated areas.
Take Evergreen, cut through the park, hop a curb, and you're in the teacher's parking lot.
Yeah, and the window to the teacher's lounge, it's always open so they can smoke. Just slide in and out. That was my old escape route.
Okay, this is a lot of direction.
Don't bother.
Just write it down.
Or he's gonna get lost.
God, you're such a fucking creep, you know that?
Oh, I'm a fucking creep?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking creep? Listen, sweetheart. The world has changed, okay? There are no creeps. There are no heroes. There are people that are alive and people that are fucking dead. And Bill's daughter, she's dead. What? What? I'm only saying.
Where is Higgins looking right now? He's doing the Charlotte stare again.
What we all know is true.
He's just trying to avoid the moment.
Surprisingly, even though I'm an armed man, I do not like confrontation. He looks like his portrait, actually. That's what he's doing. He's looking like his portrait.
I know the chances are slim. And I know that Bill doesn't know the shortcut.
Said directly to Bill's face.
Bill, if you go, you're not gonna make it.
Okay, could he not have said that first line directed to the others and then turned to Bill to say that to him? Which is why I'm going to write it down and give you and make sure you have it, or text you on your phone.
Which is why I'm gonna go with you to get your daughter back.
Or I can do that.
You do that for me, Paul?
Is there even any
Hey.
I'll tell you right now. If Pokey's smart, he got rid of the service hours. He got rid of all the Sal.
Oh yeah, I guess Spencer could have apotheosized that. Yeah, okay, maybe. Again, depends on how much scheming we're going for here, because we've gone back and forth on the level of that.
That's
Not
fair.
like you're asking me to go
I don't
see
know.
Mamma Mia.
That would be my first move though if I were Pokey.
Well, let's go now. If we haul ass, we can be there and back in 20 minutes.
No, Emma.
Well, now that I think about it, Hatchetfield news was still reporting after the meteor crash. It wasn't the first move for sure.
You stay here. I have a theory on how these aliens might be stopped, but I'll need an extra set of hands in the lab. Paul, Bill.
Also, there is that, because so the phones clearly are working. You know, one thing I don't have a proper answer to is whether or not Alice was already infected when that phone call happened, and this was all a trap, or that was actually genuinely Alice beforehand. Because that would be an example of them, trying to blend in at first. As we mentioned before, they don't really do. I'm offering you to use my firearm.
Godspeed.
Hey, Paul. Listen. If those things get to you, they're gonna make you sing and dance and all that shit you hate. So don't you let them.
Emma, there comes a time in every man's life when he has to draw a line in the sand. And I will never be in a fucking musical.
I didn't like the facial performance.
Yeah, good at being different as something else.
The facial performance there felt like he was like intentionally trying to be cool, which is he kind of does the opposite usually.
That's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing that the new version of Paul is doing a lot more. You know, like again, I go back to the fixing of his hair before the coffee freakouts. He's putting in a lot more effort to seem cool in front of Emma than he normally does. Even like his improv before, or the perceived improv of, you know, Alley Cat Paul or whatever that was before. Like he tries and fails that. So that's definitely a new aspect of that they're trying to develop, and it's like bleeding into other stuff about his character. Which,
yeah,
you know,
but it also like, I don't know. I feel like that almost makes him seem like vaguely like girl crazy, which is weird for the character. Not, and I wouldn't say that if we hadn't previously established and maintained as a part of his character that like he's not really a dick for the most part. Like he's a pretty like down to earth, like pretty chill dude for like that's kind of what the whole office scene at the start of the musical shows.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that office scene shows Paul at his worst, to be honest.
I if that's his worst, then I can't imagine what kind of glory he must be. Like that's fan. That's great.
Oh yeah, no, like that. Like if that is his worst, then yeah, I absolutely agree. Like he's not like that bad of a person in general. But using the office scene specifically, where it was like, you know, I mean, the way that he goes about turning people down.
He tells his coworker to not secondhand smoke next to him. His coworker says, "Hey, I printed something in your thing," and he said, "Oh, okay. Here's the paper. I'm handing it to you, and also make sure you put in this one and not this one." Right? Like
I'm thinking more specifically about the way that he turns down Bill, and I hate to say it, but technically Melissa.
Okay, but Bill corners him though. Like Bill's like, "What? You got something else that you're doing?" Like, no, and frankly, he doesn't owe you that. Like,
yeah, I think I'm thinking more so about the original and how blunt he was without feeling like he was cornered. Just gets him drifting through his life. That does summarize him pretty well in honestly both versions. Aside from the trying to feel cool, there isn't as much of a difference between like Paul's character. And like I said before, you know, as long as Paul stays Paul, the writing stays the writing, and the premise stays the premise. Like, you know, I'm not going to be discontent with a version of the guy who didn't like musicals. Maybe add in Emma there as well, actually. More of a dud. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, you know, we upgraded to a dud.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I don't know. I just think a lot of girl crazy characters in media are just really weird. You know, and it's like it feels like some of the choices they've done here kind of paint him in that way when you contrast it with like some of his other choices with his colleagues. I just don't like it. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a very like Mabel Pine situation some of the time. Not to that same degree because yeesh, but still.
Yeah, but that was also like part of the joke from like that was a very like you could tell the writer was conscious of it with Mabel.
Yeah, and also Mabel has the very easy excuse of being 12, but yeah.
It's true, and not like a 20, 30-year-old man, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, so a few cameos and Easter eggs in here, but not ones that felt too overwhelming. So it's not too much like a fan service situation. The pauses for laughter, I do maintain that they got better at not doing as many of those later on, and they improved on like making like new character choices that did not feel invasive. Come to think of it, yeah, that is a difference between when the infection starts and beforehand. But that feels more like an out-of-universe directorial contrast rather than like, you know, an in-universe like actual deliberate decision of how they put it together.
I'm not too big of a fan of a lot of the changes here, like line delivery and stuff. And I'm just not too big of a fan. I mean, like, it's not even like strip change, just the some deliveries here just work not as good, which is kind of sad given the fact that this is like an updated remake slash more akin to a remaster of the original. Therefore, you would kind of hope it would be the best of every world instead of it feeling like, yeah, we got some higher production value, but we also lost some of the charm and some of the beloved aspects of the original.
Yeah. Going back to two things in that case, what you just said, going back to two things we mentioned before. One of them being one of them being the live action remake comparisons, where a lot of people are asking themselves, what is the point of making a live action remake? What is the point of I wanted this even when they announced it. What is the point of making a 2025 remount of the Guardian like musicals? Because like obviously, we have dabbled in remakes of our content for internet purposes anyway. And of course with theater evolves anyway. If they keep doing live shows, then they're going to have to make changes anyway. But what was the point from an internet perspective specifically to like change the version that already like went down so well? And that suggested to me, much like with our stuff, that there's things that we see that we can improve that they're gonna bring forward. But as you established here, it's a different person behind the helm this time.
Yeah.
The first movie remakes, actually, the first times people like remade movies were when technology evolved, when they went to color, or when the director just felt like they were better at doing things before. That's like the famous like Ben-Hur 1959 version. That's not the original. That's a remake, made by the same director. So that's how they kind of started. That's what I felt like this was going to be initially.
Or if it's like a different person's vision with the same property, like we see that with Nosferatu.
Which I guess is this is Lauren's vision of the same property anyway. So yeah, that seems to be more of what we got this time. I didn't know this was going to be directing until like today in the chat. So I was like, how are they going to go about doing this?
Like, I feel like some of my issues wouldn't exist if this was a like wholly original thing. Like this was the original, and there wasn't the 2018 version of Guided like musicals. These issues technically wouldn't pop up, but when you're doing a adaptation / remake / remaster, it's always going to be compared to the original. And no matter what you do, and you have to essentially take that into account regardless.
Get ready for the Uno reverse here. That's like Netflix Avatar.
Yeah, like you can't just be like, oh well, it's its own take or whatever, because like no, it's still an adaptation or still a remake or remaster. You still can't ignore the original if there is an original or source material.
I mean, you could if they just chose not to.
Yeah, if they pivoted further away, then that'd be one thing. It's also kind of like why I don't like a lot of modern Shakespeare adaptations, because they pick and choose what they think people are going to want versus like others. Like, they'll say, we got to update the show here. They've got to update like everything because people aren't going to relate to this, but we're keeping the text the same. The part that people famously don't understand.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of thing. It's like, if you if you want to go all the way, go all the way. If you don't want to go all the way, don't go all the way and stick to it. That's where I am with a lot of stuff, particularly.
Honestly, one thing I think would be interesting for the guy who didn't like musicals Remount is I know this is very different than like the proper than this being like essentially a remaster of the original. But I think it would be so cool if they actually made this like a alternate telling of the story, where they maybe swapped out some characters, like some main cast members, maybe changed around some deaths, maybe altered a few songs, more significantly than like slowing down tempo. Like they maybe changed around a few songs, maybe got rid of like a song and then input a new song that's in its place or something. Like they did like radical changes, and I think that could have been theoretically interesting. And then like they gave the universe excuse of this is Pokies. I think Pokies to God. Pokey wanted to try this again in another similar but but slightly different universe to see what would happen in the slightly different scenario to like kind of play around with things, and that could have been an interesting take.
Which is what
theory.
we suggested at the beginning of this, is like, what would this be? Which goes back to, again, what is the purpose of doing a remount? Was it? But it's clearly not that, unless they're gonna blindside us in Act 2, and it turns out that it's gonna be entirely different. Maybe they're luring us in with a false sense of security or something. Who knows?
I don't think that's what they're going for.
No, probably not. I'm just covering bases here.
Yeah.
Going back to the second thing I was going to mention, because he also reminded me, like, again, of like, what I said before about this being at the tail end, like the middle era, or I guess era 2 now, because Cinderella's Castle feels like a separate thing. So there's being like at the tail end of era 2 of Starkid, and it's still feeling somewhat like that, but a bridge into it. I'm thinking that yes, they clearly had a lot of the Hatchetfield story thought out for a significant amount of time. That much is definitely clear when you go back and like check it anyway. But then you have but then like you think, okay, but they still released this one first, even if it was like a budget thing anyway. Which implies that Guiding Whimsicles is the one that they need the least money to put on. So why, again, another reason not to bother with an update. But even with that, what was I gonna say? Even with that, like, it feels like the way that they like wrote the script and put it together, it feels like it's suited for the moment that it came out, like that bridge between the two eras. So extracting that exact same thing and putting it in, if it had been written fresh for right now, if it had been, it would probably been constructed differently, and therefore would not be compared to its original source anyway, because there'd be no original source to compare it to. So yeah, for all those reasons, I don't think any of us are sold entirely on the remount, despite the good parts that it actually has, for sure. But we've got a second act to get to, so potentially next week, if we're all around, because of the
probably.
Yep.
But like,
I would push back on two of those points. One, I feel like I've enjoyed this significantly more than you two have, but also this was not intended to be the last remaining story to tell. As we later found out from chat, as we were reacting, it was kind of just released in reverse.
Yes. That's why the last remaining story to tell was the lyric. Between the trilogy, if this was in reverse, that means it was the last one they were intending to do. So I don't see why that's a pushback point.
And also, I think what...
Oh, I thought you meant like this was like the last thing that they're gonna do, like on there, because I thought this was a big deal for their channel.
I mean, they kind of made it. They kind of made it a big deal. They marketed it like a year in advance, but beyond that, not really.
Okay, but anyways, though, what also would probably help the remount is if every actor is recast, in theory, because, like, I think what's interesting about Higgins in this is, since it's a different actor, we could have a very different portrayal and different line reads from a different person. And yes, there are differences from the original, but it's not the same actor doing it or making the choices. It's another person making the choices. So at least then the differences and maybe even the choices that aren't as appealing, at the very least we could say, oh, well, it's a different actor, they have a different style of doing things, etc.
Which is what they did in VHS Christmas Carols.
Yeah.
Well, somewhat. Yeah, not everyone, but like a few, enough people to make a difference.
But since it's the same characters, or the same actors playing the same characters, we can literally compare it back to back with the original, and then go, no, the original's way of doing it was objectively, or personally felt a lot better and more iconic compared to the new version they tried to reinterpret it as, or alter it to be.
They're all better performers now. Really? Then prove it. I don't know. That's what I mean. Like,
and like, this in a vacuum isn't bad and isn't even unenjoyable, but put in context of it being essentially a remaster of the original makes it slightly worse because it hurts it ultimately. And
yeah,
just the context.
Yeah, like I said, it feels like it was written it was written with the era that was meant to be in mind, and that wasn't accounted for. But yeah, there have indeed been 5 Hitchens so far. So again, like he's that's a character that can definitely, compare and contrast for sure. I'm thinking I can think of like 4 on the top of my head. I'm missing out one of them.
Wait, if we're especially comparing it to our remake and stuff, when we like change actors, like Diogenes and Fallen Angels remakes compared to the original, you can actually compare the portrayals differently. At least how he reads the exact same lines. And
I mean,
with
our stuff it's a little bit different because we're dealing with voice actors, and a lot of the time, I'll let people do their own thing to a certain extent if that's what they need. My headphones running out of battery, so I gotta wrap this up soon.
Oh yeah,
but so I also don't like to mimic their accents or anything, but I try to get as close as I can to the original anyway. But then like remaster the audio and redo that. So it's a little bit different because like especially because our stuff is animation, so we're trying to basically like show like that part's the improvement more so than anything else. But,
but I don't know, the improved voice acting.
You're gonna censor one letter of someone's name is not really effective, but yeah. Okay, so Ivan is the one I wasn't familiar with. Okay. If there's a movie remake, exactly. That's why it's an apt comparison. And until they answer the question of what is the purpose of this remount, truly, then I can't fully be behind it. But I can't say that I haven't enjoyed it either, because like I said,
it looks pretty.
All the stuff that I feel is essential to Guardian Musicals is still there. So I'm not thoroughly displeased. I'm just a little bit apprehensive going forward.
Well, I do think the 5 Hitchens thing is like an actually good point for like the existence of this. Like, there's been some recasts over time. I think there is a real possibility to sit at the sea.
But there's one thing, especially before we go, that I want to say. Part of me wonders if they did this whole remake to essentially buy time for their next musical, because then they just pretty much had to dust off a script and then just essentially commission sets and stuff. To essentially buy time while they're writing a new musical and like.
But they marketed this like way before Cinderella's Castle came out, I think.
No,
I will
it was
also
after.
say that,
It was
like-
after Cinderella's Castle, but before their newest musical.
So
I
I'll
wonder
also
if
say that
It's fun. You know what? That's also a fair point. But again, I say they make it just a live show. You don't even have to film it at that point. But yeah, you are 100% correct on that one.
Yes, BP?
So I do think, to your point, I don't know if it's going to be a musical, but they are doing a new Hatchetfield thing, releasing it around October of this year as well, that they might be trying to spread some room for.
What it's called?
Yeah, it's called Miss Halloween. It's apparently related to Nightmare Time, and that's why I say I don't know if it'll be musical.
And there go my headphones. All right. Someone else do the outro.
Leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters, and subscribe if you're not done so already. Until next time, Toodle Pip.
Yes,
Caca.